welcome everyone to Filter and my podcast. Thank you so much for being here and supporting the both of us. This is actually episode 5. We created this podcast because we wanted to get to know more about our fellow streamers, our followers, as well as our viewers in the community. When we're streaming, it's kind of hard to get to know someone from stream chat. So we decided we were going to bring on two individuals each podcast who we were interested in getting to know better. Well, this pod stream, we actually have three. So, as some of you who were here to watch our first podcast, whether it was live or via VOD, we had announced we'd be doing a fundraiser once a month for a chosen recipient to help make their life a little better. We also announced we'd be choosing a recipient once a month who cannot afford a SwarTor sub and gifting them a 60-day sub so that they can play the game without restrictions. So, without further ado, let me introduce our first interviewee today, which is Durmoth. He is an EU ranked player. Hi, Durmoth.
Hi, what's up?
What's up? Introduce yourself to some of the people who may not know who you are.
Well, Rank PvP players might know me. I'm Durmoth. I'm probably known as Imo as well. I'm playing Rank PvP primarily. I'm playing the game for 1.5 years now, and yeah, I don't know what else to say to be honest. Like, I'm playing team rank primarily. I'm playing solo ranked as well, but in solo ranked, I'm not really tryharding or anything because the solo queue is cancerous with a lot of bots and throwers inside there. And I enjoy competitive team ranked. At my stream, you can also watch solo and team ranked streams mostly. Sometimes I'm doing other things as well. And yeah, I'm also trying to comment what's going on in my matches and stuff. So the people who are probably not that experienced in ranked PvP can try to keep track of everything. So that's pretty much what my stream is supposed to be about. And yeah, I'm 18 years old, 19 in 1 month, in 2 weeks actually. Yeah, I think there are other questions that I don't want to answer before they're asked. So yeah, let's stop here.
Oh, well, you already told us how long you've been playing SwarTor. Is there other games that you play as well?
There were a couple of other games that I played. Currently, I'm only playing Store. I was playing CSGO, I was playing RuneScape, and Diablo 3, and Warcraft 3. I think that's pretty much it. But the games I've primarily played were CSGO, RuneScape, and this game. And I spent a lot of time for each game, then I quit one of the games, then I started with the other one, and for 1.5 years now it's this game, and yeah, I really enjoy the game. I like the combat system. I don't like the community, to be honest. It's a bit too toxic in my opinion, but well, that can't be changed, I think. So yeah, I'm trying my best to to improve it.
And that's a good thing. That's what I know Filter and I are trying to do with the community is try to get it more on a positive because, I mean, let's be real. This is a game. I mean, it's not real life. This is a game where we're just trying to all have fun. Wins or losses. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days, but you don't have to make everybody's life miserable just because you're in a high competitive ranked play. Now, do you have any other interests outside of gaming? Like, is there other things that you like to do?
Yeah, I do play piano for 11 years now. I'm programming, video editing and stuff like this, but nothing else. Like, I was working as software developer as well, but not really anything beside that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Piano for 11 years. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a very nice teacher. Like, I was one of the only fews that didn't start playing piano because your parents forced you to do so. I actually started because I wanted to. Like, my brother was playing piano for 2 years. He had a very a mad teacher first, and then he changed it. And that other guy was someone who came to our home and taught us at our piano, so we didn't have to go there, which was quite comfortable as well. And I liked him. Like, I was talking with him and stuff. I was 7 years old that time, so just saying. Um, and then I just started playing piano as well, and like he accompanied me for 10 years, I think. And for 1 year, I stopped taking lessons now. I'm just playing when I'm in the mood for it, and when there's piano next to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cute. Now, how long have you been streaming?
Okay.
Did you? I don't know if you answered that or
Um,
you said that earlier.
Actually, I don't know for how long I'm streaming. I think 3 months, maybe, roughly 3 or 4 months. Yeah,
Oh, so you're a new streamer.
yeah, I am. Like, I didn't have internet connection. Like, I moved my apartment. I'm living by my own now. I'm living here for half a year now. I think it's pretty much half a year. And before that, I had like a wood and an internet connection. So when I streamed, I don't know 480p and I had 2K ping in game and stuff. So I couldn't really stream or play it once. But since I've moved my apartment, I'm streaming like I think 3 or 4 times a week on average. So yeah.
Now you go. Do you go to school as well?
No, I don't.
Oh, you don't. Oh, okay.
I finished school 2.5 years ago.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So how many hours would you say you play Sword Tour?
Um, uh, Nowadays too much, but on average maybe 4 or 5 hours a day.
Is it because of rank season just about to end?
Yes.
Is that why?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Exactly. Lot.
Now, do you play more solo rank or team ranked?
I play more team ranked. I enjoy team rank more than. I would say I enjoy competitive team rank more than solo rank. Like if you play team rank with meme teams, like with teams that don't communicate, with teams that don't even talk or something like that, with people that never played the class before, stuff like that, then I don't enjoy team rank. But competitive games with good teams versus good games are very enjoyable, even if you lose. Like if you have good games and if you know why you lost and stuff like that. Like I had very good games against Liala 2 days ago, I think. Was quite balanced. I think we won three and they won three. We won six and they won three games. But it all was very fun to play. I enjoyed even the losses. And games like this I enjoy more than solo rank, definitely. Because in solo ranked, it's, let's say, 4 out of 5 games, there's someone in your team that is throwing or that doesn't have gear or that never played ranked PvP before, and there's just no clue what's going on and stuff. And that's kind of frustrating because people like that, in my opinion, should be playing regular Warzones before they jump into ranked PvP.
Okay. Well, I know like someone like me who last season I placed right away in bronze, but I mean to say that I'm amongst the good ranked players, that will never happen, right? So,
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that's another question that I was going to ask later on, but I'll bring it up now. But how does someone like myself, who really just wants the deco, folks, just want the deco, um, how how do we acclimate to that? I mean, sure, in in my opinions, in regular war zones or whatnot, you really don't have that arena feel, right?
Right.
So
Yeah, that's true.
it's
Yeah,
really
then you can play
hard
team
to
rank.
learn.
Yeah. Then you can play team rank, of course. Like if you play team rank, like it doesn't let anyone stuck in team rank because when people face you, they will just stomp you and that's it. And like they have the win and stuff like that. Um, but in solo ranked, I think you shouldn't just be playing for the mats or whatever. So yeah, I don't know. Like I think it was a bad idea to increase the weekly amount of games required for the mats and team ranked actually, but it was also a mistake to add the weekly to solo ranked because solo ranked with mat farmers is just less competitive, but team ranked with mat without mat farmers is also less competitive. It would be more competitive with mat farmers because the mat farmers are the lower bracket, and when the very bad teams, there will be teams going to be queuing that are slightly above their skill level, I would say, and where let's call that the mid bracket. And when there's the mid bracket queuing, then there will be the higher bracket queuing as well because they have teams that actually win against, which is the mid bracket. But the mid bracket will still keep queuing because they win against the mat farmers, and then the higher bracket will lose against, let's say, I don't know, the top teams like Asana whatsoever, and Asana will keep queuing more compared than they wouldn't have Met Farmers. Like imagine Met Farmers would drop out, that means the mid bracket would drop out, that means the high bracket would drop out. So only the top teams are facing each other, and there are maybe 3 top teams on each server. So team rank is pretty much that since Met Farmers have been removed. Yes, with Met Farmers, you can grind Elo uncompetitively by Q dodging whatsoever, but that's existing since release of as far as I know. So yeah.
Well, the way that I made bronze last season, and I'll tell you really quick, is I actually queued up with some really good players, some ranked players. I can tell you who they are. It was TPM, my mod, as well as Kogas and C. So I'm sure that you guys
Hmm.
know that Kogas and C are very, very good players, ranked players.
I only know C's.
And the thing is, we got into a team and we lost all three matches. Okay, so I was like freaking out because it was my very first, rank scene. I mean, ranked matches, right? So I
Yeah,
decided to go under someone's suggestion. They said, "Well, just go. There's a lot." This was on Satil, and I went and was watching people. There were so many mat farmers, like mat teams, and
lol.
would you believe? I made bronze right away with these mat farmers. And I played a few games like with one group, and then the next day or whenever it was, I joined another mat farmers. But what I did say was, okay, are you guys just going in there and stucking, or are you going in and actually playing? And they said, oh, well,
Yeah,
we're going to try to win, obviously, but
yeah,
basically
they hardly
it's
ever
low
win.
key. If we lose, we don't care. We're at
Yeah,
least getting the mat. So I was like, yay, that's my kind of team, right? Someone that's not going to be toxic to me. And that was kind of nice. It was kind of nice. It gave me kind of that experience in more of a team ranked environment, but not to the competitive level that you guys are in.
yeah,
But I just don't know, like, I mean, me trying to get my deco this time, doing it more so with solos, I just see that it's really hard for some people to really, I guess, migrate into the rank scene. And yet I always hear people complaining that there's not enough teams in queue or not enough people in solo
yeah,
playing. But then if someone does, like i.e. me, who's not at, I guess, their level. I mean, who wants to get flamed? You know what I mean? I think the
yeah.
toxic part
That's
of it
that's the point.
makes
Yeah,
you not want to go to that level because,
that's a very good point. Everyone complains there are not enough people for ranked PvP, but on the other hand, whenever there's someone new to ranked PvP, he's gonna be flamed and blamed and gonna be trash talked into whatever, and that's a mistake from the anti-ranked PvP community. I'm doing that also sometimes, but like sometimes when you lose 10 matches in solo rank in a row, when you probably actually try to win and stuff like that, then you're probably gonna be a bit mad. And then it might be if you lost 5 games because of one single guy, then you write to that guy and tell him, hey, you're probably not that viable for rank PvP. Maybe try to learn your class on regular Bastards first and stuff like that. Or team ranked as well. Team ranked with with other people that are new to team rank, it's a good place to learn the classes in PvP. I mean, yes, you will be farmed by the better teams, but you will learn. That's how I've been learning. I was starting during solo ranked in season 9. Like as I said, I'm playing the game for 1.5 years. I started queuing in season 9 with my sorcery heal. I got 2k rating in solo ranked pretty fast. Like I was doing good. I understood the game. I understood the mechanics. And then I started playing team ranked. And yes, I got farmed. In the beginning, I lost 20 games and won only one. But after the time, you win more and more and more. You just have to keep that motivation. One good trick is also just hide your chat while you play ranked PvP. Then you won't see the toxic messages from other people or whatsoever. Um, so if you keep going, you will be better, and after time, you won't be flamed that much anymore. Unless people actually hate your personality, then there's nothing you can do. You just either have to live with it, or you don't play ranked PvP.
now, how do you deal with that? So if somebody goes and let's say flames you or talks crap to you, whether it's right into the game,
Yeah.
do you now reply to them or do you ignore them?
Until a few days ago, I tried to reply to them. I tried to talk with them. I tried to explain what happened, what actually happened, because also a lot of times in the ranked PvP community is creating things that are not true. They are taking screenshots, editing them, such as arena pops and stuff like that, and then say it as if someone would be things that are not actually happening. Stuff like this is going on in ranked PvP, and if something like this starts going on, just ignore it. That's what I've been doing for a couple of days now, and it is quite good because you're just gonna be tired of trying to explain what's going on. And like personally, I don't really think it's worth trying to explain, trying to prove yourself up to other people in a video game. Like, people know how good you are. People know what they deserve. People know what other deserve. People know who is toxic. People know whatsoever. So there's no point in proving. I mean, yes, there are people that are maybe not that active in ranked PvP, and they will believe what other people say, which might be either the truth or not the truth. But let it happen. And personally, I just ignore everything. Right now, for a couple of days, I'm just ignoring everything because I'm tired of the toxicity. I'm just tired of it.
Now, would you say, over, because you primarily play over here on EU, so I know that there's
Yeah,
problems, what I've heard, I mean, that there's a lot of throwers on the other servers, like preventing people to get top threes or
that's
to
on every server.
progress. So how about over
That's on
here in
every server.
EU?
I don't know what other servers. I'm only playing ThatDuckSauce. Like, I
Yeah.
transferred to the Accord a couple of weeks ago. I think 2 months ago or something. 1 month ago. I don't know. And I tried to play solo rank there, but the toxicity there is even worse than this server on ThatDuckSauce. So I just transferred it back a couple of days ago because like I'm not going to play there anymore. So I can only speak about ThatDuckSauce. I don't play in French server. I don't play in German server, and I don't have any characters on the NA servers. So
Yeah, I'm speaking with
um,
regard to here, just EU.
yeah. Well, I don't know how to answer that, to be honest. Can you try to ask it in a different way?
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I want to know, like, over here on EU, are you facing a lot of people that are throwing on you?
Okay, so that must be separated into solo ranked and team ranked. In solo ranked, yes, there are a lot of throwers. There are even bots in queue as well. In team ranked, there are also bot teams in queue, where I can talk about later on, which is quite funny. A lot of drama was about that. So in solo ranked, there are a lot of throwers that are intentionally making your team lose, and that's taking your entire motivation. That has taken my motivation in season 9 to play anything in solo ranked. So I didn't try anything this season in solo ranked. In team ranked, you have your team, and your team is hopefully not going to throw on you. If your team throws on you, then you should probably try to look for new friends. um, and if in the enemy's team and team rank there are throwers, then you usually don't care because it's weekly and ratings, so you don't really care. But in solo ranked, it's a primary issue about, yeah, I would say so.
Okay, so because that's what I hear. I mean, I guess you hear those complaints all over the place, and
Yes.
I don't play solo ranked enough to know who are these individuals. Is this the same individuals that are throwing, or only are they throwing only on alt accounts, or whatnot? So I mean, I just like to know: are they specifically throwing for you? Or on you, or is it because
But
they may be throwing for their friend who's on the other side?
yeah, mostly it's like there's someone in queue, he's tryharding when his friend is in his team, and he's throwing when his friend is in the enemy's team. So his friend is winning most of the games. And there are also some individuals that are just throwing on everyone because they're mad at the game. And then there are individuals that just can't play.
Okay, so what advice would you say to, I mean, PvP players who are in regs and are wanting to get into ranked? Would you say that it's a good step up since it is probably the next step as far as competitiveness? Because I can tell you for myself, and I'm not even a good player, sometimes regs are like, oh man, kind of boring.
Yes.
Um, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
is there anything that
Um,
any advice you could say to people acclimating
yes,
over?
you can play solo rank if you are good at regular war zones, like if you know rotation, if you know how to use CCDs and stuff, basics, PvP basics. You can also read a guide. Like, I don't know, I personally have never read a guide, but I believe it could help. You can jump into solo queue, but you have to keep in mind that you play solo ranked for improving. You don't start playing solo ranked from being a rank star and pretending to be the best player. When you play regular Warsons and you start playing solo ranked, then you should not be arrogant and you should not be flaming other people. You should be asking the other players for advices. You should be asking them, if you get global with 130k damage checking, then ask others, hey, what can I do better? And stuff like that. And of course, half of the people are going to respond, hey, fuck off, don't play rank PvP. But also a couple of people will actually respond to you seriously. If you stay friendly and polite up to them. So I have seen a lot of people queuing over season 9 in solo ranked that seriously sucked in the beginning, but they improved. They seriously improved, and they are very good players now. So you just have to keep that in mind and keep that motivation for yourself.
Yeah, because it's kind of funny how I hear a lot of the ranked players, they complain about it being toxic, but I mean, I just am wondering what are the ranked players really doing to change that for, let's just say it's its own community, right? The ranked players, whether it's
They're not
team
doing
ranked or
anything.
solo.
They're doing literally nothing.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. I
Um,
think therein lies the problem. And I know for myself, this is a game that I really love. And I mean, it is kind of scary for me, as some of you guys know. I just want my deco. That's it. I just want to get my deco and then I want out.
well,
You know, I don't want to do a whole bunch of games. It's not a goal of mine other than just getting my damn deco because, you know, I got it so easily last season with map farmers. I'm like, where are those damn map farmers today? Because I want to, you know,
well, yeah, you need 50 losses instead of 10. So
yeah, so I'm like, okay, where are these guys? I want them to carry me to get my deco, but I
I
mean, by
think
the same token, I see like everybody's talking about the toxicity because probably for the most part they're they're kind of recipient of it at one point, right? From other ranked players that they know or people that they maybe don't
yeah.
know, right? And I'm just wondering, like, is there something that I really wish the ranked community would get together and just kind of figure out a good platform and to kind of remove a lot of that because it really hurts not only their queues, in my opinion, but it also, I mean, it just kind of makes it where no one wants to enter that venue. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay, about that, I repeat myself again. Yes, there's literally nothing going on that the ranked PvP community would be trying to change this. At least on Darth Margus, there isn't anything going on like this. Um, in my opinion, if there would be some people trying to change this, it would fail because people could be trying to sabotage that to make it fail, stuff like that. So they will just keep being especially toxic up to those people and stuff like that. And also, if you have a look at the, I would call him the most viewed PvP streamer of this game is Snave, okay? And Snave is, in my opinion, the fucking most toxic player in the entire PvP community. Like, he's flaming his viewers, he's playing the people he's playing with and against, he's banning them from his Twitch. I'm also banning, I've banned 2 people from my Twitch so far because they were just super annoying, super toxic. But Snave is banning them randomly and stuff like that. So when a well-known PvP player, a very good viewed PvP player and streamer is being toxic, then that's not a good point to start at, in my opinion. And also, like I'm a ranked PvP streamer, and I'm also toxic sometimes. So yes, that could be something that I could be working on. But in some, like from a different point of view, do I want to work on that? And I think that's a question that everyone has to ask himself. Do you want to change yourself in order to make the community being less toxic? Because I don't ever want to do that. There are people that I really hate because they've been doing things to me that I will never forgive and stuff like that. And do I want to forgive them? Do I want to stop being toxic to them? To a few people, no, I don't. To most people, yes. I have friends. I have a lot of friends. Some people are not friends, and I'm just very good with them and stuff. I'm not toxic. They're not toxic and stuff like that. We have good conversations. We have good games and stuff like that. But there are also their groups. You know, their groups, sections of the community that hate each other and stuff like that. They're blaming each other, and then there starts the drama in the one group. Everyone believes it, spreads over to the other one. Then they invent something else, and it spreads over again, and stuff like this is going on. And like, it's just, in my opinion, it can't end. Not with the current attitude everyone has in ranked PvP.
Yeah. That's a
It's
shame.
very, yeah, it's a shame. It's very sad to hear, but it's the truth. It's the truth. So
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see it just from just hearing it. I don't really see it. I must admit. I more so hear about it. So okay, so going back into pretty much more about you. Are there
Yeah.
any specific changes or recommendations you'd like to see in the game itself, whether it's the gameplay,
Um.
whether it be, I mean, you really can't control the community, right? I mean, you'd like
Yeah.
to see it
Yeah.
better, but is there any changes or recommendations you'd like to see in the game? Um,
Um. Yeah. I think I can talk about a couple of topics there. The first topic I would mention is class balance. Um. That's difficult because there's so many different types of content in this game. There's solo ranked, there's dueling, there's team ranked, and there's PvE. And for each of these contents, the balance has to be different. And that's impossible to achieve because currently team ranked is the probably most balanced content in the entire game, maybe after PvE. But have a look at how power tags and how mercenaries are doing in team ranked, and then have a look at how they're doing in solo ranked. Mercenaries are just unbeatable in solo ranked because they have 3 lives, but power tags just melt within 10 seconds. But on team ranked, on the other hand, they're doing insanely good, and the mercenary DCDs can be outplayed in team rank very well. So if you balance over to solo rank, then team rank is going to be an entire mess. And if you go over to dueling, and you change anything there, then all other parts are going to mess up again. So at balancing, if you change something, do it wisely, don't change too much. That's what BioWare has been doing wrong, that if they changed something, they just overdid that. Like, they gave Mercenary didn't have DCDs before I played, that's what I heard, and then they decided to add some DCDs for the Mercenary in PvP, and they just overdid it. The Mercenary got 5 lives, it just was unkillable and stuff like that, immortal, and they just overdo it. So one suggestion for Bioware: if you change something, don't overdo it. Just change a little bit, like they did with I don't know, reduce damage from a specific class by 3%. Make the duration of a specific cooldown 1% short, 1 second short or longer, whatever, stuff like that. So just don't overdo it. That's about balancing. The next thing, well, I can only talk about ranked PvP actually. So I don't think we need more arenas. Actually, there are quite a lot of arenas. I hate the new arena, the newest, the Mandalorian Battle Ring, because the plateau, the big thing in the mid, the cylinder whatsoever. Um, I don't know. The map depends too much on positioning and everything, especially in team rank. So I don't like it. But I don't know. I mean, we have a lot of different maps. You can play different compositions that are good at specific maps, and you can play compositions that are bad at specific maps and stuff like that. But well, and other things that I would like to be changed. Actually, maybe nothing. Probably nothing. I like the game how it is. The only issue I have is the community,
okay.
basically.
Right, right. So now, since it's pretty much the start of a new year, is there anything you're wanting to accomplish this year that you weren't able to last year? Like, is there any goals that you have for, I guess, yourself, whether it be in the game or out of the game?
Um, well, I wasn't trying anything. Like about the rank season, I wasn't trying anything. But in the end, I got close to top three, so I tried to top three. Right now, I'm top three. Maybe I will lose it. Maybe I won't. Let's see. But beside that, I don't have any goals. Like after the season, I'm like right now I'm playing very much, but I have to concentrate on real life again. So I don't really have any goals. I will just keep playing. I will keep streaming. Um, and yeah, let's see what the year is going to to announce, to release in the patches whatsoever. Maybe there are going to be some nice things like the new. Maybe we'll get level 75 cap and stuff like that. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to new gear. I'm looking forward to all of that. Um, but any goals for that? I wouldn't say so.
I'm sorry, hold on just a moment. I need
Yeah, it's
to.
fine.
Oh my god. I swear. Let me go over here. Give me just a moment. It's a shame that I have to do this, but there's just, some
Yeah.
people just really, really, really. Um, okay, I think this might be okay. So yes, sorry about that. It really
It's
is
fine.
kind of, honestly, I find it very sad that someone has to whisper me or to try to invite me to a group. I mean, I find that very childish. I mean, You're more than welcome to go see Durmoth in his stream, but to actually go and be disruptive in my stream, well, basically we're trying to get to know Durmoth more, is quite kind of sad. But it's okay. We'll try to get through this. Now, here's a question. Now, obviously, I'm going to say
Yeah.
your proudest achievement or accomplishment is probably getting to top 3 on your Sork, right?
Currently it is, but like I had a motivation that was probably an incorrect attitude. Um, and there's a specific player that I don't really like that much, and in my opinion, that player does not deserve top three, but he had it or she. So my attitude was to overtake that top three spot. I didn't really want it for myself, so it was probably a wrong attitude. But yeah, it's my goal currently to get top three.
Oh, okay. And are you 3
Yeah.
right now?
Uh, what? What?
No. What are you right now?
My rating. I'm number two, I think.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was number three a couple of days ago. Like a few weeks ago, I was number four, number five, and then I got lucky in one day. I made like 150 elo in one evening. Against some team like I had 11 wins, 0 losses in one evening, 34 hours. And I got 2K, 100, and yeah, in the last stars, I've just been grinding more.
Hmm.
And also, like maybe a couple of you guys have heard, I would like to explain that because when I'm talking, nobody can interrupt me. A lot of people like Valek have accusing me for being a win trader. I just want to say I'm not, because I got a lot of elo overnight from yesterday till today, but I was not win trading. There was a team yesterday in queue from 6 a.m. until 9 a.m. for 3 hours in the morning, and there was a bot team. So they had level 1 item, TO item rating level 1, okay? So they didn't have any gear, they had 100k HP and stuff like that. And when you were against them, you could just kill them alone and stuff like that. So I just decided to queue today morning with 3 mates against them, and then I get my elo. It's pretty much match farming, but farming those people instead of match farmers. I don't know what those people are doing. As far as I know, they're Kiritana spots or Yala spots. I don't know whose. I had a conversation with Kiritana today morning about it as well, and stuff like that. But personally, um, all of those accusations are incorrect, and they rely on either faked or incorrect facts. I've been writing with a lot of people, I think 30 people at all, in direct message on Discord. It was a fucking lot of work to read everything. It was a lot of work to answer most of them and stuff like that. And 90% of those people who wrote me in direct message, they're supporting me. They say, yes, you're right, it's fine. I mean, yes, it is bullshit that you did like to before, but come on. I didn't really do anything wrong. That team was in queue, and they used the chance and queued against them. So, yeah, that's about that. Accusations and the the drama that has going on in Jedi's Discord as far as I know, maybe on other Discords as well.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, I don't like drama. I try to stay away from
Yeah,
drama like a plague.
yeah, it's
I don't
difficult.
know. It's just not, I mean, yeah, I just stick away. I kind of stick to myself, believe it or not. Don't like to get caught up into it. And when I do, you can definitely see my mood change. So I can imagine being on a competitive level, how that would change and whatnot. Change just everything,
Yeah,
right? Um,
yeah.
Now, is there anybody in this community that you have inspired?
That I have inspired, or that I've been inspired by?
Both. Both.
That I've been inspired by, no, and that I've inspired, I don't know. That's a fast answer. I don't know. I've never had anyone who taught me playing the game. I've never had anyone who accompanied me in the game and stuff like that. I was playing for myself. I was playing solo rank in the beginning. I was learning the game. I was reading the in-game tooltips and everything, so I understood everything. I was learning. I was improving. I'm still improving. I'm still learning and stuff like that. You're learning when you see how you get killed. You're learning what other people do, and then you try to understand what they did, and then you probably try to copy that and stuff like that. That's how you improve. But at all, I don't think haven't had anyone that inspired me. And actually, yeah, there are a couple of people that I inspired. I'm not going to call their names. Maybe someone is going to laugh about that. But yes, there are people that are inspired by me, especially by the choices I made about what classes I play. because I play classes that are underperforming usually. Like I was maining, okay, I wouldn't say in general underperforming classes, but I was maining January 2018 until July 2018 Pyrotech Power Attack in solo ranked and team ranked. And it did good on it. I was good on Power Attack. Maybe some people think I wasn't. It's okay, you can think that, but in my opinion, I was okay. Maybe I was not the best, but it was good on it. And I inspired people by playing a class and doing good on it. Stuff like that. But I'm not going to call any names because I don't want them to be annoyed.
Is there anything you feel that you could make this community an even better one than it is currently?
Well, one approach would be to talk. But the issue when you try to talk with people, people have their opinion. They don't listen. They read, but they don't listen. They don't understand. They just insist on their opinion, and they even extend their opinion and stuff like that with fake news or whatsoever. And so talking could be working if everyone is fine with it. You can talk, but people have to listen. People have to understand. I listen to people. I understand other people's opinions. But some people don't listen to me, so I give up then. I don't talk with them anymore. I don't write with them anymore, and I try to ignore them as far as possible. Any other approaches to make the community a better one? I don't know. I think a good start is to ask every one of you, ask yourself, why are you toxic? Why are you doing what you're doing? And doesn't have a huge impact on the entire community's mood. It doesn't have an impact on players actually quitting the game as well and making new players quit the game. Like a couple of days ago, that's a quite entertaining story. I was creating a level 1 character, and what was it about it? I think I wanted to create a guild on my level 1 character or something like that. And I asked it on the starter planet, hey, I need 3 people who I want to create a guild with. And there were 20 or 30 people writing, hey, shut the fuck up, fuck off, we don't need fucking noobs here and stuff like that. I mean, what the fuck is going on? I was on the starter planet, on the class mission planet. I was asking, politely and friendly, hey, could anyone help me to form a guild? Probably. And there were 20 people writing toxic shit to me. And nobody knew who I am, so that's not a personality thing, or something like that. So, I mean, what is going wrong? Not only with the ranked PvP community, actually. So, I don't know. I mean, in the end, of course, I found a couple of nice people that helped me, and I was able to form that guild. But still, I mean, what's going wrong?
Yeah. Oh man. Jeez, I don't really even know. What is this? I thought I disabled it. This is pretty. Uh,
You have to put them on ignore, I think. There are
I'm right
people
yeah.
that
next.
hate me.
I'm right next to you, Nami. Just accept it. Good grief.
Oh, was
Yeah,
that you?
right.
Oh, sorry. I just
Yeah, you
saw an
can just go
invite
ahead
to
and
group
join
and I
group and
said,
then, yeah.
no, decline.
Here.
Sorry. Sorry
Well,
about that. I didn't look at the name. Sorry. Sorry, filter. Wow. Okay. So this is a pretty intense interview, I should say. So I'd like to go into my last question, and I know that you are having one. So the question was,
uh,
are there any projects or events you'd like to either host or be part of in the future? And I know that you have one coming up.
yes. Yes. Okay. Um, I've been announcing this on my own stream for a lot of times, and I'm still looking for sign-ups. I still need people. Like I know about a lot of people that are thinking about signing up one day before the tournament itself. But the thing is, if you sign up one day before the tournament, okay, sorry, I will announce what it is actually first of all. Okay, it is a 1v1 and 2v2 dueling respectively challenge tournament. So basically, you're gonna either be dueling 1v1 like power tag versus sniper whatsoever, or at the second day it's next Saturday, next Sunday, the upcoming weekend. On Sunday, it's gonna be 2v2 challenges, which means you're 2 in each group and you're fighting each other on an arena map with usual arena rules. And well, the winner wins, and then you're going over to the next bracket. And if you win, we have a very nice credit prize pool so far and stuff like that. Okay, when is it? It's the next weekend at 16th and 17th February, next Saturday and Sunday. On the Saturday, it's going to be the 1v1, and on the Sunday, it's going to be the 2v2 tournament. So far, we have 200 million credit prize pool and a couple of cartel items and stuff like that. Maybe some sub code, maybe some cartel coin, whatsoever. I'm still thinking about grabbing a few by myself. Also, I have someone who wanted to donate another 100 mil, but he hasn't talked with me about it anymore. Also, Peter the Sarkoth as Tor Central is joining the tournament, and he said he wants to donate something as well. So the prize pool is going to be nice. If I don't get any more donations, I'm going to donate more, so it's fine. Any signups are welcome. If the brackets are like, if we have too many signups, I would try to either split them into even more brackets, or I'm going to get more people so we can host, let's say, instead of 16, 24, 32 people for each dueling bracket. Okay. You can check out the rules at the official forum post. It's called the Try Hard Ranked Ladder. You don't have to be a tried, you don't have to play ranked, it's just called like that. You don't even have to be good. Just join, it would be nice. And yeah, I still need a couple of signups, so feel free to sign up. What else to say? I don't know. You can head over to tournament.durmoth.org and it will redirect you to my teaser that I uploaded on my YouTube channel. And in the video description, you can find the link to the sign-up sheet, the price list, and the official forum thread post. It's in the PvP section on the English forums, by the way. Maybe I can pick it and post it in the chat quickly. Give me a second. I'm gonna try to post the forum thread into the Twitch chat so you guys can check it out if you're interested. I have a lot of views. A lot of people also signed up by writing me on Twitch or writing me on Discord. You don't have to sign up by writing or replying on the forum thread. Also, I would appreciate it the most, but you don't have to. All right, here we go. I'm gonna link it. So that's pretty much about the tournament, so feel free to sign up.
Well, I love watching dueling tournaments. I got to say, used to stream it for nothing personal, and it was just kind of fun.
Yeah.
I was really happy being involved in that. I mean, I don't know why they chose me, but it was really fun for me. It really was. Okay, so Filter. I'm going to pass it over to Filter and see if there's any questions he'd like to ask.
Man, a lot of things have been said to me. By the way, if people don't know my voice, my name is Infiltration 10. I'm the fidgety sniper that keeps walking around because I don't like to sit still or stand still. But as far as me there, I know people are like, okay, ask the tough questions, ask the questions, we didn't get to or anything like that. So I just one of my questions is that, I was in the ranked community probably for about 2 days. I did a lot of ranked matches. I actually placed for bronze, which I'm happy about. I got like 1269, which I'll be waving my bronze flare as much as you'll probably be waving your gold flare. So, just being honest about that. But the toxic community, the like, what makes the ranked community so toxic? Because they weren't toxic to me whatsoever. Like when I was streaming ranked on my stream for about the past 2 days, everyone gave me advice. It's all about, I guess it's how like you react, because I know some people can be like, if someone calls you garbage, you're like, well, F you, you're garbage, whatever, and then it creates this toxicity here. But like, what's made this community really toxic in your opinion?
I think one point is that people try to feel better by stomping other people into the ground, blaming them by flaming them. And another reason, especially in team ranked, is about the personal opinions and thoughts if you don't like someone or stuff. Why is that toxic is because some people, also like me, like have some specific people where I would enjoy if they don't get the achievements they currently have. So people don't want other people to achieve something. So they try to sabotage them. They try to make them lose and stuff like that. Solo ranked and team ranked whatsoever. So that's two primary issues, I think. I don't know anything else. Maybe there are a couple of more minor points, but yeah.
Because for me, ranked was all about. I mean, if I died, I died. I've said some stuff. A couple things about operatives I didn't agree on, which I will never agree on. But I mean, for me personally, I can list off how many ranked players came into my stream. You came into my stream, gave me advice and all that good stuff there. Just for me, it was just like something of a learning experience there. But I definitely respect what you guys do, because you guys go in there, you guys go to war. It's hell freezes over, everything like that. I mean, it's pretty pretty brutal in there. So I mean, much respect to you guys for what you do there. But Is there any advice you can give for any lightning sorks like myself? Because I'm a lightning sork myself. I mean, I was told that I shouldn't have 1860 alacrity. I should have 1300 from a ranked player. So I mean, I'm just saying, any
Yeah.
advice for lightning sorks, like gearing wise, rotation wise, ability wise, anything like that?
Well, I do have a lot of advices for Lightning Sorcerer, especially in team rank, but I think that would extend the interview too much now, to be honest.
Oh, really? Now, because you said
Yes.
you were fine with the time limit thing there. I know you did want to get back to rank there, but
Well, I can, I don't know, like, if it's a specific question I can answer, of course.
okay. How about I keep it this? What rotation do you use? If you
I
don't
don't
mind
have a
me asking.
rotation. I don't have a rotation.
Don't have a rotation. Okay. Well,
No.
I'm gonna have to think
like when I'm playing PvE sometimes in Lightning Stock, I even have PvE gear. Surprisingly, a lot of PvP players don't have PvE gear, but I'm having, watch out, I'm having 2 accuracy enhancements in my inventory and and the accuracy stims. Yeah, exactly. So I'm able to get up to the 110% accuracy cap. So I am able to play proper PvE, yes. And I'm actually pulling very good DPS in Lightning Stock. Like even before the new 252 gear, I had very high passes and stuff like that. Okay, never mind. Rotation in PvE, yes. Actually, it's not rotation; it's more prioritization. Depending what's ready. Like when you have Thundering Blast, Lightning Flashes, and cooldown, the Chain Lightning, Shock, and Thundering Blast is ready. Chain Lightning is procced. Then you want to use Crushing Darkness, Shock, and then Chain Lightning, not Chain Lightning before Shock. Because Shock has a cooldown, Chain Lightning doesn't, because it's going to be reset anyway every 10 seconds or whatever it is. So stuff like that. You just have to prioritize whatever's ready. And additional to that, you have to think of your movement. If you need to chase someone, then you don't want to Husker something. Then you want to prioritize even Lightning Bolt over Crushing Darkness or something like that, because the enemy is going to lose you. So just work around that and experiment. Try what's working better. Try what doesn't work. Also with the utilities. I'm having weird utilities compared to other sorcerers, but for me, the utilities work perfectly fine. Seriously, perfectly. I'm running with these utilities, and I think I've changed them once or twice for team rank itself. Like, I'm having different for solo rank, I'm having different for team rank, I'm having different for regular zones, but yeah. And I'll just experiment, try things out, and look how it's going. Try how it can burst, try how it's working with the dot. When you lose it, like also multi-dot and stuff like that, there's a lot of things you can try. Lightning Sorg it has so many things that are enjoyable that you can try out, that you can do different. That's why I'm maining it for half a year now. So yeah, I just enjoy playing it. And still, there are a lot of things that I haven't tried, I believe. So, like also Liala is a great Lightning Sorcerer. I was dueling him twice so far. He won one, I won one. The first one was not a serious duel though. But he's a great Lightning Sorcerer, and he plays Lightning Sorc different than I do. But still, he's doing great, probably even better than I do. I'm not quite sure about that. Like, maybe we're at the same level. I don't know. But he's doing great. But he's playing different. So, there are different ways how you can play it. I think that's about every class. But just try out what's fitting best for you, and experiment.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely go ahead and experiment on my own there. Obviously, when I'm not, streaming, and
Yeah.
I'm not, failing miserably. So, now I know one person asked me in there. I think his name is ALIM_95. I mean, this would probably bring on the conversation a little bit more, longer. I know you said you want to get back to the ranked PvP, because I know the same thing we did with Valak.
I didn't get it. Can you repeat it? I'm sorry.
Yeah. So there's a guy named Alum_95 who was asking about, like, if you were there, the same thing we asked Valak. I don't know how you guys pronounce Valak. I say Valak, so I'll just say it that way.
Valak, yeah.
They wanted to know, like, what you thought of each individual there. I'm not sure if you really want to answer that, over the stream there. Like each.
What I think about each ranked PvP player.
Exactly. That's what I asked Valak. Or I'm just gonna say Valak, because they call him Harold. Apparently, from what Team G said, Harold. But
wow, that's gonna be fun. Okay.
Because that'd be really digging, like, right into, like, because I know Valak was kind of like, I know it was from what people had said there, he didn't give much of information there. No offense to Valak, I'm not calling you out, buddy. I'm just saying that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I know Alan was like, hey, why don't you ask what each? If I list a name,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not sure if you're comfortable answering, because I'm more like, I just want to get down to the all the information stuff. So I'm not sure if you want to answer all the names I have there, since I have a little bit more names now.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that. Just go ahead and tell me some names.
Okay. Well, I'm not one to cause drama. I'm just curious. I see
Yeah.
one good guy in here. One guy I like to watch. One guy that's fairly entertaining with all his music. How about Mr. Night Train right there?
All right.
N1 Train.
Yeah, I know him. I know him.
Okay.
Okay, well, Nightrain. I don't know. He's friendly. I don't know. I like Nightrain. I guess he likes me. No, we've been playing a lot of team ranked. Maybe not a lot, but we have been playing team ranked together. We've been playing solo ranked against and together. He's a very good. I don't know how good he's currently. I haven't really seen him playing. I had some solo ranked match with him today. He wasn't insanely good as well, like he used to be when I saw him actively playing a couple of months ago. And he was one of the best Jug tanks, and I knew, and I still know, he was insanely good at Jug tank. His defensive play style, his positioning, his use of everything. It was just insanely good. I was also playing together with him, also on my Lightning Source, and we had very good games with it. I really enjoyed playing with him. He's, in my opinion, of course, everyone has a main character, and in my opinion, I guess Nightrain would have been that Jug Tank is his main spec and class, and he's insanely good on it, definitely. On other classes, maybe he's not the best, but he's also good on other classes. I mean, he understands the game. I mean, once you understand the basics of the game, once you understand one class, then you can learn every other class, every other spec as well. So, yeah, he's a good player. I'm very okay with Nightrain. I like him. I've never had any issues with him. Yeah. He's probably one of the friendliest ranked PvP players I know.
Okay, because I love watching Night Train myself there, even if I don't understand half the chat that's going on in there, just because it's a different language, so to speak. But I do really enjoy watching them there. So let me throw another name out here, because I got a lot of names. I just don't know how it's, because it is what it is there. How about let's go with how about Fear? Do you know Fear?
What?
Do you know Fear? He's
Fear?
right there, Mr. Fear. Yeah, 5 R's, Fear 1. You know him?
I don't know. I don't really understand.
Great ranked
Wow.
Starforge player.
I
Just being
don't
honest.
watch. I don't watch.
Don't watch Fear.
Streams myself usually.
Don't watch streams yourself.
I'm just streaming, but I like sometimes watch streams for 5 minutes and then I'm muting the stream or something and going away again. I'm sorry, but I don't really. That name doesn't sound familiar.
I said great, not gay. Get it right. Great.
Can you write? Can you write the name in the chat?
I'll write the name in the chat there. Here, there he is, right there.
Wait,
That's him.
Wait,
No, Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
Twitch chat.
Oh, Fear 1.
Fear.
No, I'm sorry, but I'm
not here to fear.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't know him.
Okay, fine.
I'm sorry. I don't want to
Fine. I said great. Not gay. Gosh. Get it right.
But
People making fun of my English.
a lot of EU players, because of the time zone, don't really get a chance to see a lot of the NA and vice versa. So
yeah.
it's kind of hard when
I
it's
like
different
Fear.
servers.
Oh, by the way, sorry. One more thing I want to say. I was writing with Jack's Power Tag on one of his YouTube videos a couple of days ago, and also on Discord after that, and in game. We have had a very interesting idea and conversation about team ranked PvP, because people on Darth especially me, are trying to queue, and there's a lot of times no other team in queue. And also on an A service, there are a lot of times people in queue, but they don't get pops because there's nobody else in queue. And if there's someone else in queue, it's people that just stomp within 2 minutes. So the idea Jax and I had is that we decide for one server where all serious teams that want to queue competitive team rank transfer to one server together, and there you can compete against each other. So my suggestion was ThatDuckSauce, because currently on ThatDuckSauce are the most teams queuing, and also I have everything there, so it would be the most suitable for me. So I think there's some very good team on an reigning lives or something like that, and I would like to face them. So if any one of them is watching the stream, I would highly appreciate if your team transfers to ThatDuckSauce, and if you queue up for a couple of days at least and see how it's going. I know your ping is gonna suck, but on the other hand, on ThatDuckSauce are more teams, so if you transfer to your server, and probably not all of the teams are okay, of course. So, I mean, it's probably only going to be one team at all that's going to transfer, but that idea is very good in my opinion, to get more people queuing more teams queuing against each other on one single server. You know, I mean, on the other hand, yes, it would open all the other servers for people queuing Gray Zone Team Ranked, but still, I mean, I'm playing mostly for competitive Team Ranked. I mean, I was playing my main sorcerer with literally every team against literally every other team. I wasn't Q dodging. I was not doing anything. I was queuing with the weirdest comps ever, and still I reach my rating and stuff like that. So I'm trying to get competitive games. So I think that would be a trade-off you have to go for if you want to play versus more teams with different setups and all of that. Okay, I'm done.
Hey, well, no problem there. I was thinking of other names to actually say on here. So while you were talking there, I was listening and trying to think of other names to actually really say without getting too much into detail there. I was gonna say let me see, who's a name in here that I do recognize here. How about Valek? My buddy Valek.
How about
Mr. Harold, as it's known. I don't even know his real name, but I guess I'm gonna say it's Harold because they changed it. So
yeah, I know his real name actually. Okay, about
I'm gonna ask him. Okay, Valek, what's your real name?
it's Howard. I know. Never mind. About that. Okay. Okay, that's difficult. He's a great player. I respect him. He's a very great Juggernaut tank. But he's overreacting, in my opinion, about drama and everything else. So he's also toxic. Like, he was toxic to me, at least. Until he was toxic to me, I thought he's one of the players like Night Rain, who's just chilling and who doesn't care at all. But, I mean, yes, I probably did say something that I shouldn't have said. But still, the reaction from Valek, the first things he did were okay. I was okay with that. But then, with starting all the other dramas, were overreacted at all. And that's something where I have to complain about Valek. I would highly appreciate if you stop with that bullshit. I tried to explain what has been going on. I even told it on the stream already today. But still, people are still keeping... Like, I'm not checking the direct messages, but I still have 15 chats on direct messages in Discord again. So, I don't know. Maybe try to listen, try to understand, and then think about it, and then try to get together to a result, okay? Instead of being toxic. That's about the toxicity in ranked PvP again. Because currently, between Valek and me, there's a very difficult relation. I would like to fix it, because I was okay with Valek. I was okay with... Like, I'm okay with pretty much everyone, until a few weeks ago, probably. I mean, of course, there are a few people, like, I don't know, I hated Yara in the past and stuff like that, but currently I'm okay with most. Like, right now, I'm not okay with most because of that drama, but a few days ago, I was okay. And I would like if you could get over that, and try to think about it and try to get a proper solution for this.
So you want to mend the bridges, fix everything, all the good stuff.
Yeah, I would like to.
Mr. Valek.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. If he doesn't want to, then it's okay. Then it's okay. He can't keep flaming me, and then I will keep flaming him as well. So, I don't know.
Okay.
It's up to him, I guess. Because so far, everything he's written me on Discord was just fucking toxic bullshit. And I didn't reply because there's no need to reply to bullshit. So, if you're getting over that, feel free to write me. I mean, Valek, with you.
And keep that in private. I don't want to see it on Nami's.
Yeah, of course.
Nami's Twitch thing. I don't.
Yeah.
I would have to say, because we're talking about EU players. You're very familiar with EU players, not so much Starforge, Tealshan, which is perfectly understandable. There, I would have to say, one of my good friends there. How about Nimi?
How about Nimi?
Nimi, awesome healer. I would say, in my opinion, she's healed me over the past, but
she's a good healer. In my opinion, not the best, but I mean, who's the best? It's never a best.
Poison.
Maybe I mean, I would consider Asana the best sniper. Maybe Zerial the best marauder. What I've seen so far, maybe Gibbs and Zerial on the same level and stuff like that. Nimi is a good healer, but not the best. Yeah. In my opinion, Liala is one of the best sorcery heals, and Taz is one of the best sorcery heals. I don't really know about other people. There are a lot of good players and stuff like that. Okay, never mind that. About Nimi, we have personal differences that I don't really want to mention here. Also because of my girlfriend and because of her and Valek and stuff like that. So we have a very difficult relation. I don't really want to talk more about that, to be honest. So yeah, maybe let's go to the next name.
No. You don't have to see. It's as much as what you want to give there. If you don't want to say
Yeah.
very much, that's perfectly acceptable. I respect your opinion. You can say what you want. Like I said, I'm saying, I'm just asking names, just personal opinions there. I see
Yeah.
the little guy in here. He's in high school there. How about Little Bus? I know he plays on DM.
Lil Buffs.
Little Bus. I've seen him on. He's healed me a few times.
Okay.
He's pretty likable. He does karaoke and all that good stuff there. What do you think about
I liked him until today, to be
it?
honest.
Oh, what? You liked him
Uh,
today?
yeah, because of this drama bullshit. Like let's get back the drama for 1 minute. There are people that writing me on direct messages, and 90% of those people agree with me. 90% of those people support me, they understand me, and all of these things. I mean, yes, I probably shouldn't have done it, but come on, I wouldn't consider this as unlegit. Okay, so it's not less unlegit in my opinion than Q dodging than logging alts when the series teams and Q and all of this bullshit. It's not less legit in my opinion, honestly. Okay, about Lil Buffs, he was in the other 10%, so that's why I don't really like him currently. I don't know whether I'm okay with him right now. I think he's written me something more as well. I need to read it again and stuff like that. He's a good healer as well. I think slightly worse than Nimi maybe on Sourcewheel. I haven't really seen him playing anything else, so I don't really know him at all. So I don't know.
You don't know? Okay.
What I've seen as well that he's not toxic mostly. He's one of the players that are not toxic, and what I've seen wrong is that he's one of the players that is trying to stay friendly and polite. So I appreciate that.
Okay. Okay, understandable there. I don't know much about Alim 95, but I mean, what characters does he have? I don't. He's saying, what does he think about himself? I guess he's a ranked god, apparently. So.
Alum, he's definitely a ranked god. Oh yes, he's probably the best solo ranked operative and assassin I know. I don't know what
Really?
assassin. I haven't seen him playing assassin recently, but he's an insanely good operative. He's an insanely good assassin, and also he re-rolled in season 10. He decided to re-roll to mercenary, and right now he's one of the best mercenaries. So he's insanely good. He understands the games. He understands basics. All of this stuff. I can repeat myself. I had a very interesting pass with Adam. Like, Adam will remember maybe a couple of other people. My characters were called I'm a Sorg, I'm a Mara, and stuff like that. Maybe you remember me from season 9 or whatsoever. And I have had a very interesting pass with Adam. What is this about? In the beginning, we were hating, or I was hating him. I don't know why. Like, I just didn't like him, and I was being toxic towards him. But Alim is he was not toxic to me. He kept being polite to me. And after a couple of weeks and after a couple of months, during the time where I climbed my gold sorcerer and solo rank in season 9, I get like 2k rating or something. During that time, I get friended with Adam. And by now, I would consider us pretty good friends. I was also writing with him on Discord today, in game, and sending something in Discord and stuff like that. So I really like him. He's an insanely good player. I respect him. He is friendly mostly. Yes, he's flaming very bad players and solo ranked, but that's understandable. That's understandable in my opinion. So I wouldn't blame him for that. I don't know. I would put Adam in the same section as Night Rain maybe from the personality.
Okay. Hey, well, I didn't know who he was until you just mentioned him. I was like, man, Alan, the best operative. I mean, maybe he doesn't stream as much, or maybe
He's probably not the best operative healer. I've never seen him healing. He's probably not the best operative in dueling. He's probably not the best operative in team ranked. But what I've seen in solo ranked is that he's insanely good. Insanely.
as a concealment.
Just fucking insane. Yes, concealment. And he can also play lethality. When I mained Pyro Attack from January 2018 until July, I was playing Pyro Attack and lethality together with Arnim, and it was very enjoyable. He didn't win all games, so it was very enjoyable. Maybe he remembers as well.
Okay. Okay. There. I just have one more name. I don't know if I should really ask this one name here. This is it'll be kind of controversial how you answer it there, but I mean, I don't know if Nami wants me to ask it there, or if you have other questions there, Nami, or I know you said you want to get back to ranked.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
I don't know who you're going to ask, so I don't know how to reply. I mean,
let me send it in the group chat there, and I'll.
I just kind of feel like like it's going into it's kind of hard to put someone on the spot to asking about various, especially at this point where like season's about to end.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted to kind of touch on what you were saying, Filter, about you doing uh, ranked for a couple days, right, and streaming it. There is
Yeah.
definitely going to be a difference between uh, going in for 2 days, right, to get placed or whatever, versus being in the community around a lot of people all the time or for years and whatnot.
Yes.
The competitiveness on any ranked game, because I used to play League of Legends ranked for many years, is, I mean, the toxicity comes out because people aren't able to just take that someone's better than them. They want to they want to show that they're better. And unfortunately, with all the win trading and all this sort of stuff, I mean, people that are yelling out, "Oh, he's a win trader," are probably win traders themselves. So it's kind of, it's, to me it seems very hypocritical. I think it's really hard to say if someone were to say, okay, list all the win traders right here or list all the throwers. I mean, I think what's bad about this environment, or this community I should say, is that you're going to come across a lot of individuals that have done either one or both, and it's really hard. I think. Did you type it in chat? Because I didn't see it. Maybe I have it disabled.
In group chat.
Yeah, I think I disabled all chat. So if you could put it, can you just send it to me on Discord, please? Whisper it to me there, if you
Yeah.
don't
Let me go
mind.
into DMs there.
And I
Yeah.
just
Let me
kind
go
of
up
feel
there.
bad. I mean, for some of you guys that are kind of new to our pod stream, where we go and we want to get to know different individuals in the game, right? In the community, whether they're liked by you or you don't like them. I just kind of feel like this is sacred ground. This is a place where you're able to ask questions, but to be toxic and to send me group invites or send group invites to Filter is really, in my opinion, childish. It kind of shows the type of person that you are. And if you want this community to get any better, right? Any better, then what you have to do is start by yourself. And that's what I always believe. And so, I mean, it just goes to prove. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Well,
I'm okay with that.
You're okay with that? Okay, cool.
Yeah, I mean, yes, go ahead. I mean, yeah.
He is one of the most controversial names to bring up, but I mean, I'll bring up because I know this guy streams here. I know he's been timed out in the chat at least once for saying Valek's actual name there. So he puts one thing I like about him is he can bring views in there. But I will say before I bring in that one person I was going to say to Nami, I'm going to say Mr. Navy over there. He puts in one word and gets like 50 to 60 views. Navy 0308.
Navy.
Navy.
Okay. He's a friend of mine.
Okay, he's a friend of yours. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about him in ranked?
He's a very good sniper. He's a good juggernaut as well. I don't know what else he plays,
No,
so
I
I
think
can't judge that.
Snave. He's asking Snave, not Navi.
What?
Yeah, but I was asking Navy first, and then I was
Oh,
gonna
oh,
ask
sorry,
Snave.
sorry.
Snave. Oh, yes, that's gonna be
Yes,
fun. Okay.
Mr. He's Mr. Controversial.
Yeah,
But I was
okay,
asking about Mr.
about
Navy,
first.
Navi.
Yeah, let's go with Navy
Sorry,
first.
sorry.
He's a friend of mine. He's a friend of
Okay.
mine.
Cool.
We've been playing team rank together and also against and stuff like that. I've never had any issues with him. I respect him. He's a good player. He's not toxic. He's actually less toxic than Alim and less toxic than Night Rain as well. I think I've never seen him raging at all. Never. Like, I don't know how he's doing that. He's not at home during the week. He's only home at the weekends and stuff like that. So he probably just wants to relax actually, and he just can't do. He just doesn't want to have any shit with armor, you know. But he's a great player. I like him. I know him for quite long now, for a year or something like that. So he's one of the players that I know longer than others. And yeah, I think there's not really much to say about him. I mean, he's playing solo ranked recently. He was in a team ranked team in season 9 together with Tassa, Kraken, and Drago, and they were insanely good. They were probably one of the best teams on the server, and I respected their team, how they played, how they how they performed their executes and stuff like that. So unfortunately, the team broke up. I don't know. I mean, fortunately for me because Taz and Kraton are playing with me now. But yeah, so yeah. Okay, about Snave, I guess.
Oh yes, Mister. I mean, he's been good. I'm just gonna say this because usually things get back. I like Snape. He hasn't done anything to me. He's always treated me nicely. I mean, what happens behind
Okay,
closed doors? I don't really know, but
what
let's
happens
just
behind the closed doors? Snave can be toxic, yeah.
okay.
And when Snape is playing, when he doesn't stream, then he's even more toxic. So that's the first point. Like, he's not only toxic, he is super arrogant, he's super ignorant, he's a massive dick sometimes. Just as that, okay? Just as that, when he doesn't stream and stuff, even on the stream sometimes. Okay, good.
Okay.
I know a lot of people that don't like him. Those people are my friends mostly. Good. I just had the most controversial. Okay. How has my story begun with Snave? It was in season 9 as well. It wasn't solo ranked, and I'm throwing in solo ranked sometimes as well. Okay. Either I'm not. Like I said earlier, in the community, there are people that throw because they're either in a bad mood or they can't play, or they throw in specific people. I'm doing all of that as well. Not many times, but sometimes I'm doing that as well. Okay, good. And in the past, in season 9, I was doing that. Not specifically because of Snave, but Snave was in my team. And that was the first time I was my assassin. And then a few months later, literally months later, I did the same with my mercenary, but not exactly the same. I was just trolling around, and in the end, I won the round, the match. So it was fine. Like, we didn't lose anything, so nothing I could be blamed for. But since then, Snave shit-talks me, he ignores me, he's flaming me, and I don't know whatsoever. So, and since then, I'm just doing exactly the same to him. So it's pretty simple, actually. Yeah.
Okay. Would you say that he is a good operative? He's good at what he does because he posts a lot of he's an operative. I mean, I saw
Very good. Yes, he's very good at playing
right.
objectively in regular war zones. Yes, he's insanely good at playing objectively at regular war zones. I really respect him more or less. But he's not a good operative in solo ranked.
Compared
And
to
I
like
don't
say
know.
Alum.
Yeah, compared to Adam and compared to most other operators as well. So I wouldn't consider him as a good operative in solo ranked. Also in dueling, what I've seen, he's good, but he's good. Let's call him being a good operative.
Okay. Okay. I mean that
I mean,
that's name's like. Oh, go ahead.
personally, yeah, sorry.
Oh no, go ahead.
Okay, personality, I'm probably worse than Snave on operative, but that's because I don't play operative. I don't play operative at all. Sometimes play operative healer, but that's it. So, but still, compared to other people I know playing operative, I wouldn't consider Snave as one of the best players. He's good. He's better than the average, of course, but he's not the best.
All right, there, and that's the questions I had there. I know Nami's gonna take over back again there, so
All right.
no
Well,
Nums.
I just want to say that, we all know that the rank community can become quite toxic and whatnot. I'm kind of saddened that there was some kind of outbursts here today. I understand that, I mean, people are going to have different of opinions and whatnot, but I mean, the whole reason us doing these pod streams is to allow different individuals come out and just kind of speak about themselves,
Yay.
even if it's not with regard to the game. I'm sorry that maybe you were put on the spot with some of the individuals and having to rate them, um, but I mean, I guess for the other side, for the other players, hopefully you weren't offended of any sort. I mean, people have different opinions,
Yeah.
and while maybe this pod stream's not right for you, maybe you dislike it. Well, then
No,
don't
I enjoy
watch.
it pretty much.
No,
I
no,
enjoy it
I
pretty much
mean,
right now.
as the viewers, I mean, the reason why we
Ah,
do these pod streams
well,
is to highlight different individuals in the community, whether they be streamers or not. And it just kind of saddens me that a lot of people don't understand this is sacred ground. If you have any questions that are directed to him directly, then that's something else. But take that toxicity somewhere else. I have one other question, and it was a question that was brought up and this is actually my last question because we really need to move on to the other two, is you talk about other people throwing, but people said that you've admitted to throwing a couple times. Now, is that
Yeah.
something that, I mean, to me, that's hypocritical. I feel like in order to solve any problems or future problems or try to change the rank community, I believe that it starts with yourself first. I mean,
Yes,
that's
it
how
does.
I do things. I start with myself, and hopefully I'm able to impact or inspire other people to go along the same way, right?
Yeah.
I guess follow by example. So I would just like to say that through the end, which I guess is in a couple days, or even to the next season, that you maybe consider not doing that, even if you get upset. This game should never get to the point where it's personal. I'm sure that if you were to meet some of these people, if everybody were to meet each other in real life, you probably will like them. And
Mm.
that's one of the reasons why we wanted to do this pod stream, was so that people got to know, hopefully, the thoughts and the individual on a more of a personal level, right? Not really game wise, but I hope that in this next season that you consider not doing that, because that actually contributes to the problem. So pretty much was a statement, not really a question, I guess. Um,
Yeah.
and it really does. Change starts with yourself, and hopefully, others will take suit
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, yeah, it does. I admitted that before as well. Like I said, ask yourself, why are you throwing? And I'm asking myself, why am I throwing?
Yeah,
And actually, it's a waste of lifetime, isn't it?
yeah. So I think
But well,
that's a good start. And as far as the toxicity and all the DMs and whatnot, I mean, we got them just as interviewers. We got like a whole bunch of group invites and stuff. So that was unfortunate, but anyways, I want to get you back out to Team Rank. I want to thank you for being here. And you guys, if anybody wants to join in the 1v1, 2v2 dueling tournament that Durmoth will be having this upcoming weekend, why don't you go ahead and put in your link again for the sign up for
yeah, right
your
here.
tournament. There
But
you go. If you have any questions and you want to go and prove that you are the number one Sork or the number one op, there you go. Go show it. Go have some fun. I know a lot of times these tournaments are just for fun. Just get out there and enjoy yourself. I think the more events that we have in this game, the better so that we're kind of breaking up the monotony of whether it be questing or my favorite, OSIS daily. So, anyways, I want to thank you for being here, Dermot. And
yeah,
hi,
I thank
Libby
you
out
too.
there. I saw you earlier. Sorry, I try not to watch chat too much for the most part, but thank you for being here. Thank you,
All
thank
right,
you.
so I gotta go. Yeah.
Yep, you can go ahead and
Nice.
go and go get do some more
Yeah.
rings,
All right.
get some more elo.
Yeah, I'll try to. Thanks a lot for the interview. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, thank
So
you
good luck and
too.
have fun for the others here.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Dermot.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye bye. Okay, so that was kind of a long interview there. So, which I guess it's good. You got to know him, plus get some, I guess, information with regard to if you are wanting to do 1v1 or 2v2 dueling. So, anyways, I'm going to pass it over to Infiltration, who is going to interview Sir Galahad. And I'm so sorry that you guys were here waiting quite a long time here. So, did we want? I don't know, Duck. Are you in a rush? Is it okay if Sir Galahad goes first, or?
Yeah, I'm fine with that because, like I said, I'm going to do a stream for a little while afterwards. It just won't be as long as what I normally would do.
Okay. So go ahead, Filter. Quit jumping around, and if you could introduce our next guest.
All right, is Sir Galahad off mute? I don't know
Wake
if he
up,
is or not.
Galahad. Wake up, Galahad. He probably fell asleep right there in the chair.
He's probably just passed out. I don't know. Maybe we should give him like a couple minutes there, like a couple minute recess. everybody reset from sitting down.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. Okay, good.
Okay. I don't know how Hey, everybody. I'm Sir Galahad. I don't know how I switched to push to talk, but I am now on push to talk, so that's good.
Okay, perfect there. Well, so we just finished up with Durmoth there. He's going to go do some more ranked PvP, but, I'm giving you the platform to go ahead and introduce yourself. Who are you? What do you do? All that good stuff. Anything you want to let out?
Okay, so, hey, my name is Sir Galahad. I'm a SWTOR player, first of all. Second of all, I'm also streaming SWTOR, and mainly, and sometimes some other games as well. So so I like streaming SWTOR because that's my favorite game of all time, of course, and I think it's a gem. It's a gem of a game, and I really like it. And I think it's underrated in a lot of sense. A lot of people don't know it. And I just would like to, stream SWTOR, and if somebody happens to be there in the chat and happens to have questions or whatever, or needs help with anything, then I'm happy to help out. So yeah, that's basically my kind of philosophy. Help out wherever I can.
Okay, awesome. Well, glad, I've known you for quite a bit there. I mean, we've become, good friends. We've played all sorts of different games together, so I'm definitely glad to be able to have you here and be able to ask you questions here. I want to start off with my first question there. How long have you been playing SWTOR for?
So I've been playing SWTOR since launch. I come from something a little bit of a gaming background for me is that I come from not from MMOs, so I never played any other MMO. I only play this one. So I didn't come from WoW or whatever, any of those. I come from single player games. I come from BioWare games. So I love BioWare games. I love the BioWare storytelling. So that's where I'm coming from. So when I heard that BioWare is going to do SWTOR, of course I played the KOTOR 1, KOTOR 2, and those games. So I was right into it. First time I was there at launch playing it, and since then, like how many years? Like more than 7 years. I was on and off. Sometimes I had breaks, like 6 months. I was coming back for 6 months. I had real life going on, so I was kind of taking me away from the game. But I always came back, and last I think I came back like October 2017 or something, and I've been back ever since, and I don't think I'm gonna go away anymore.
And we're glad you're enjoying the game. Glad you're able to come and also stream it and also play it and also be a part of our community there, because I know it's always a growing community where we try to make sure it's toxic free. Sometimes it happens, and there's not much we can do about it. But glad you're with us in the community there. How long would you say you stream SWTOR for? Like, I know you stream fairly, you stream about throughout the week there. How long do you stream it for?
Sorry. So I've been streaming since November, I think, last year. So like something like beginning of November. At least that's what I count. I was on and off for a little while before that, but like really like almost every day it's been since November. So that's what, 3 months, more than 3 months maybe. So that's been a blast for me since then, with all the support I'm getting from the community, and this is what kind of what I like about the community. It's so supportive and so engaging, especially with new streamers. It's getting since when you're a streamer, especially a new streamer, you don't always know what you're doing and whether what you're doing is good or not. But it's really great to get help and get support from the community. That's what I love best about it, the people in it, and how supportive they are to each other.
Yeah, we are. We definitely try to make sure that we're supportive of each other. If anybody needs any questions answered, we can. There's a lot of people that have a lot of different things. Like there's a lot of people do PvP, ranked PvP, operations. Like you see a few people that do operations, war bosses. So I mean, we try to have a mixture of people that can help out, that are very like not like, hey, you're bothering me right now, leave me alone. We try to make sure we have the people that are able to answer those questions in a timely manner, or if not in a timely manner, that they're able to answer questions there for you when they're available there. So now I would like to ask you, what do you do in SWTOR? What's your main like activity? Do you like to do like flashpoints, operations, world bosses? What's your stick there?
So interestingly enough, if you ask me what I like best doing in SWTOR, that would be like single player content, because that's where I'm coming from, single player games, and I like the story. I like exploring the planets very much, yeah, doing that, doing different takes on the story. So dark side, light side, or the neutral funny side or flirty side. There are different companion stories you can get, different romances. So that's actually my favorite part, and that's how I spend most of my time, I think, in the game. And that's what you usually see me streaming. So that's not that I don't like the social aspect or the multiplayer game aspect of it, but it's much more. So I go to games to like relax, right? So I have enough. I have enough real life, whatever we call it, tension or whatever in my life. So I'm not looking for more thrill like one of the, some of these PvP players. I was just, adrenaline everywhere. So I'm not really looking for that in a game. So I'm looking for, chill and relax. So that's why I do the single player. But, now and then I also like playing with cool people. So that's why I sometimes engage in multiplayer stuff. So I like doing flashpoints, a little bit of PvP, definitely not ranked, just to get a feel of it, and yeah, like I like operations if I can allow the time for that. I just don't want the people like rely on me too much, because because of real life I might have to like I should be able to leave any minute, right? So I don't want people for me to wait, like 1 hour if I'm doing something else in real life that I have to attend to immediately. So if I can find the time to like have multiplayer content, then I love doing it. Just not, not in a sense that very heavy, very involved stuff like like name ops and things like that, because that's just, first of all, wearing me out. Second of all, people relying on me probably is not the best for the team, so I don't want to fail other people in their fun. So I'd rather just let them have the fun.
I understand. And when real life comes in, you got to take care of real life before you can get back on the game. So it's understandable there. Would you say when your real life is taken care of, everything's good to go? How long would you say you're actually on, playing SWTOR, whether you're streaming it or whether you're just playing the game in general, when everything else is taken care of?
Yeah, so usually I take like I was trying to think about that. Maybe on a slow week, or maybe I take like 10 hours, something like that. On a more busy week, maybe like 20, 30 hours a week. So still not a lot. I'm not kind of I don't really or can't really play like 6, 8, 10, 12 hours like some guys. But it's really great if you can do that. But that's not something I can do. So I'm really happy if I can play like 20 plus hours a week. That's a good week then for me. And then that's regarding the streams as well. So if you see me like my streaming hours is like two max 3 hours at a time, because that's how much I can do. So I have sometimes when I'm doing events, and probably we'll talk about that. So I have then longer hours streaming and playing, but that's like the exceptional, because I have to like really plan for that, and make arrangements and stuff like that. But usually I just do 2-3 hours and I'm done. Not that I couldn't do it more, but I could. I mean, I would love to, but I cannot really. So that's why I'm not really dishing anyone in the stream after 2 hours or something like that. Just have to move on and do something else. That's just life.
And well, I'm glad I was able to, with the hours that you do play, I'm glad I was able to, play with you and be able to, we can enjoy this awesome content together, whether it's leveling up characters or whether it's just doing fun events. Because I know you're big on events, right? You're a big event guy. You like to have events, world boss fights, operations, cheer join, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah, so because I realized that this is a multiplayer game, so if we want to make it like more fun and more engaging for more people, or more inviting, which is my kind of my goal with the streaming. So I realized that it's, you can do a lot of things like alone in the game, and probably a lot of people can do it, with no help. That's fine. But for any kind of multiplayer things, you need to have you need to have like a good group to do it. So my plan is, or my goal is, to have people to provide for players like a safe and fun environment to do stuff. So whether it's a word boss or ops or whatever, so have some people, hopefully some friends or streamers who know stuff. Definitely, most of the time it's not me, so I'm not the one who's explaining the fight or anything like that. So hopefully have some friends over, and I'm really really thankful for those friends to come over to the event. And then, for people who have never done a word boss before, never done an ops before, just have them like a non-toxic environment to like enjoy it, and take part of it and appreciate another aspect of the game other than single player or whatever. So that's kind of my goal with events in general on streams. So yeah.
Okay. Okay, understandable there, because I know you've done a great job with your events and whatnot there. I know you've done a lot of, like I said, War Boss events, cheer joint events. You've done a lot of good events that would help bring a community together. What would you say for the future year with SWTOR? Do you have any projects coming up? Anything you want to announce here, that, or maybe you just have something in the works? Maybe it's for February. Maybe it's next month. Like, do you have anything special planned out for this year in general?
So yeah, so in general, I would like to do at least one event a month. So that's kind of my capacity for streaming and whatnot, and planning events. Because my schedule is only just weekdays, so I never do weekends. Just spend time with the family and real life stuff. So I can do one event a month. So that's kind of my plan. Maybe sometimes two, but that's really the exception. So, and then so I'm not really creative. So with the figuring out what kind of events, any ideas, please feel free to like message me. I'm happy to take ideas. I just took the idea of like I like doing achievements, right?
Okay.
So I just took the achievement board and took something out, and I was like, okay, we can do this, because this is a lot of activities. So I took this Artec mount achievements. I don't know if maybe you can have it on screen maybe. So there's a lot of activities you can do. You can do word bosses, and these are all require groups. So this is not something that a person can do by himself, right? So it needs help from other people. So either he tries to like organize a group for a word boss, or he's joining other people. So I was thinking like, okay, so if I organize the group, maybe like more people can join, and we can just tick off these achievements. And so so this kind of can do word bosses, can do like master mode flashpoints, some operations, and these kind of things. I'm not sure whatever I will do after that when these are done, but definitely I will come up with something. So just I think just stay tuned. And if you like those achievements, I mean, actually the achievements are not really the goal, and the mounts are not really the goal. The mounts are like, they are nice. I like mounts, but the main thing is like to bring people together and have fun together in a safe and fun environment, and have fun together in the game, because that's what the game provides us. And hopefully the more people can get in the game and have fun, and not meet some toxicity or whatever, they will maybe stay around for more. So that's kind of my goal with the events. And for short term, so this is like long term for this year. For short term, we have next Wednesday. I guess you wanted to ask that as well. So just moving into that. So next Wednesday we already had kind of some of the word bosses ticked off for this AirTech challenge, the mount challenge. The only one that's left is the Nightmare Pilgrim, which is the word boss on Voss. So we are going after that this Wednesday. I think next Wednesday, depending on. So the next Wednesday is I think it's the 13th. So I call it Hug a Word Boss Day before Valentine's Day. So if you want to do that, it's on 2 servers. It's on Darth Magus first, then we are moving on to Starforge because of the time zones. So if you want to join for that, join yeah, just send me a PM with your toon name. It's a pub side on Darth Magus, and it's on the imp side on Starforge. So if you wanna be there, I think I'm trying to read my own announcement. So the requirement is only like level 70 and item rating 230. It's not a hard requirement; it's a soft requirement. But
Yeah.
it's a really like a tough boss, so we don't want to like people going there level 50-ish and keep failing and something like that. So I have some kind of requirement there, and yeah, usually have some giveaways, just have fun for some people who are watching but maybe cannot play at the time because they are working or whatever, just lurking around. I do that as well. So yeah, we will be in voice, so we will explain the fight, hopefully, and yeah, hopefully we'll have fun. And if we are done with that, we can move on to the next challenge, the next mount, which I will figure out for next month, which which that will be. But yeah, hopefully it's gonna be fun there to be had together.
Well, I know usually when you're with Sir Galahad, you usually have a good time there. That's about 99.9% of the time there that I can confirm that I have had a good time with Sir Galahad in general. So
What's the zero?
I know
Okay, let's not talk about
the 0.1% is when your computer crashes or your stream crashes every now and then. We're like sitting there like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
what is this
Yeah.
guy doing? He randomly turned off his computer. Maybe it just was like his computer crashed on him, so he's having like, I think it was the one event you were having technical difficulties for the latter part of that event, and then everything worked, and then everything was good to go. But that's the 0.1% of the time I'm like, man, being with Sir Galahad kind of drags a little bit, man. His computer is unreliable now. We're on stream, we're waiting for him. So, but if you don't know, Sir Galahad does a lot of community giveaways. He does a lot of giveaways. So I mean, if you ever see him streaming, usually he has a giveaway going or is in the works of maybe announcing that he'll be doing a giveaway. So I mean, you can stay tuned to him. He does stream. He's on the PST time. I'm not sure if you mentioned that when you said you stream there, but he's on the PST time. So
Yeah, definitely. So usually my streams are in the middle of the day for me because that's kind of so I'm working from home. So that's kind of that's my lunch break when I'm streaming actually. So yeah, that's why it's kind of short. So I'm not doing 6-8 hours. Yeah, that's that. So I'm usually doing that. So I'm sometimes I'm on Darth Magus, which is evening time for Darth Magus, or if I'm doing in rare case like in an evening event for me, then it's on Starford. So just to have the time zone, right?
now I want to ask you here. With all the events you do, with everything that you do, let's just say this, have you looked at someone's stream and be like, you know what, I want to be just like that person? Like, who's inspired you to do all these things? Or is it somebody that you just did on your own? If there's any inspirations that you'd like to kind of recognize that inspired you to do these things.
Yeah, definitely. A lot of people in this community are great, and I'm going into other. So you may also experience most of the time if I'm not streaming. Sometimes I'm in I'm in streams. I'm in chat rooms. So I like watching other streamers. It's like I guess 2, 3, 4 times more than I'm actually streaming, because that I can just do. I can drop watching anytime. I cannot drop streaming anytime. So yeah, so I love doing that. So I get a lot of people who as I said, I'm not a really creative person, so I kind of have to go around and steal stuff from other people. So I got a lot of inspiration from NamiGal first of all. So has to mention that how she's supporting the starting streamers. I think it's very important. And I like doing that. I sometimes say at the end of my stream that that's my favorite part of the stream, not because I stopped streaming, but because I'm rating someone. So I love to see the happy faces when somebody is being rated or hosted. That's great. So all that kind of supporting stuff is from Nami, and I really like Peter the Selkas. He's got great attitude. He's always like welcoming, and he's always was very fun. Also loving his giveaways also, so that's something maybe I got it from there. And okay, I could make a long list. There's Max and Seema with the BioWare influencers. There's Kidley. There is, I mentioned Peter. There's Infiltration yourself, of course. Getting the I got the gifting bug from you. So damn you, sometimes I go out and just do that stuff. But yeah, that's great. So yeah, I don't know if I missed somebody, but I get a lot of inspiration from everybody. Famwin as well. So I really don't like mentioning names because there are a lot of them, and I don't want to miss anyone. But I'm always looking out for streams and looking out for new people, especially who I can kind of go in their streams, and if maybe not a lot of chatters in there, just say hello, as Nami says, just say hello, hey, how are you? How's it going? How's your stream going? And just ask some questions. And this is something that anyone can do, really. So it's not just trying to talk myself up or something like that. But if you're watching streams, just go in there and just be a good dude. Just be someone who is maybe asking questions, because as a streamer, let me tell you, it's sometimes hard to speak for like 2, 3, or even 8 hours constantly. I think you can attest to that. So yeah, just be a good dude there. You don't have to be kissing up or something. You can try some friendly trolling as well, just friendly trolling. But yeah, you just be a partner there and have fun while you're there already. Why not?
So like, be a good dude, like Jay Muscleman, like Ducky, like
Yeah.
be a good dudette like Cheryl. Be a good dude like the one they call JJ, like those guys, for example, Sukasa.
Yeah, I love those. Yeah, I forgot to mention so many names. Sorry about that. JV players and I love Jay
Jay
Musselman.
will play.
Yeah, JV play. So yeah, all those guys, undercover killers. So yeah, if you're like, this is kind of trying to be my message on in this interview. If I have just one message, and also either in stream or in a game, just just be there. Be there for the other people. Recognize the need. If there is a person in general chat asking a question or asking for some pointer, where is that? Where is that? How does this work? Came back into the game. Just be there. Like just answer the question. If you're shy, don't want to answer general chat, just whisper them or whatever. So that's how the community is built. That's how someone is welcomed into the community, or finding other people who they can trust and play with. Like recognize that somebody is needing something, and then try to be there for them. You don't have to throw them 10 million credits, but although the ThatDuckSauce did that for me, so that was something crazy. But yeah, whatever you have, if you have money, throw some subs in there for the stream. If you have time, help someone, like fill a role. If there is like somebody is looking for a tank or a healer, if you have one, fill a role, and then you can get the stuff rolling, right? Because that's how the game is built. So you can help by just going in there and just get some stuff, whatever they want to grind, or just have some fun in a flashpoint or operation or whatever. So, or Q4 PvP. That's also whatever is being played. If you're there, if you're positive, you're just providing something that's needed. You're contributing to the positive community. So that's kind of my main message for everyone listening or watching. I'm sorry, I can't read the chat room. I don't know if someone
You can't read the chat room.
Push to.
Oh no, they're Sukasa said he heard his name, so that's why he came back to chat. Otherwise, he'd be AFK. So.
Okay. Yeah.
So,
AFK. That's fine.
Yeah. No. That's why I'm like, Sukasa. One of the best mods here is AFK. So it's like, okay, bro. Feel better with your sickness there, but I want to ask you. I know we had a good conversation. You and me. We've talked over the past couple days. So I know one of the things you wanted to mention there. I just wanted to make sure this was kind of like one of my last questions there to you. If Nami has anything she wants to bring up, she's more than happy to over there. Because we had a conversation about just helping out the community as a whole, what everybody can do to make the community better. In your opinion, what would you say to that? Like, as far as like, how can everyone make the community better? Would you say?
Yeah. So first, yeah, I think I can just repeat myself. So if you're coming, I mean, this is from my personal experience. If you're coming into the game or coming into a stream and you're feeling kind of, everybody has their own real life issues, right? Everybody has, like a I don't know, like a big boss or something like that. So if you come to the game, try to be like someone who is, like a positive person, like someone who is, either funny or crack a joke or help with something, because it will make you feel better also. So like, I don't know, the other day I was just feeling, oops, I think I'm disconnecting from the game. So if you're going coming into the game to have fun, you also have to like sometimes make your own fun or make it fun for others as well, because it's back and forth. So you give something, you get something. So that's how I see it. And if not everybody has a perfect life, or probably nobody. But if we are trying to be, let's put it that way, our best selves, because you don't have to be someone else, just be yourself. But think about what people like about you, and be that. If you're funny, then be that. If you're accurate and know facts, and some people need facts to know whatever, it's a rotation, whatever. Yeah, throw it out there. You're the boss in there then. So yeah, just provide your personality and provide your strengths, and everybody will be appreciating it, and the whole community will be better by it, I think. I know it's not hard, it's not easy. So it's you have to come with a positive attitude, but I think it helps everybody. It helps the game and help everybody in the game, in the community. If we build on each other's strengths and positive attitudes, it can be really fun. That's why I come to Nami stream. I just to get positive, to get all the good vibes. that's what I love about it. That's why I come. I can, PvP gaming. Yeah, that's fine. I can watch that. But I can watch that anywhere else, right? I come to Nami stream to get the positive vibes.
That's why I come to, besides the other things there of seeing her get the ball and everything. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I come to the stream as well, just for the positive vibes and to see what she's up to. So I don't know if you have any additional questions, Nami. I was hoping you'd chime in and be like, "Aw, he mentioned me as an inspiration," but I didn't hear anything, so it must have been pretty bad.
I
No,
don't know.
I'm practicing not interrupting. So
Oh wow, there's a good practice
there
right there.
you
You've done a
go.
great you've done a
See,
great job
Good
you
too.
job,
can
Nami.
change. There, see, anybody can change. Yeah, I just wanted to say actually more, not really more a question, but I just wanted to tell you, um, Sir Galahad. I mean, I am so proud of where you are today. Uh, One of the things, I mean, I don't know if any of you guys knew, but a lot of times I go and look at a lot of the new streamers, right, that might have 0 or 1 viewers, and I came across Sir Galahard's, and I talked to him. I said, "Hey, hi," and he talked back to me, and that's a big plus for a streamer right away. Is like, oh man, they talk back, because there's quite a few streams I go in and I'm like, hi, nothing. So I don't know if they have their chat installed. They can see it. I don't know. But I got to tell you, I really enjoyed being in Sir Galahard's stream, invited him to the Discord, whatnot. And one of the things that I like about Sir Galahard is that he took the initiative. The way that I look at it is, if you're new to streaming, SWTOR, whatever game it may be, what I would highly suggest is that you go and connect with the other people that are streaming your game. Get to know them. Go stop in their stream. Let them get to know who you are. And that's how you're going to get around. That's how people are going to get to know you, is that you're actually spending time coming in and just saying hi to the streamer. And I think that's something that you said, Galahad, is that the streamer loves interaction. I mean, that's the whole reason why we stream. We don't stream just because of our content alone. We
Yeah.
stream because we want to get connected to people. Maybe we might, impact someone's life. Maybe we might change their mood. I know a lot of people say that they come to my stream for the vibe only, so that they can go on and do other things. But I gotta say, I am very, 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 very proud of where you are today, and that was your own doing. It really was, and I gotta
Excellent.
say, it's wonderful to have you in the community. I am very proud to be able to call you a fellow streamer of mine, and we'll be there as much as I can to support you if I'm not
Yeah.
doing a bajillion other things. But yes, thank you. You've done very well for yourself. I'm sure we're going to see more things to come, especially with your events. If someone could please go ahead and link that again to your event this Wednesday, I'll try to be there. If I'm not, I'm. It's just been really crazy right now getting these ops. I have 3 op groups going now, starting up at the same time. So I will try and be there, at least be in your stream, if not a participant. But
Okay.
yeah, it was a pleasure having you. And
Yeah.
I
Good
am
job,
very
guys.
thankful that I was one of your first interviewees in your interviews that you got to be interviewed in our pod stream. So I'm very
Yeah.
excited to give return the favor. So
Yeah. Thank you.
thank
Thank
you
you. Much appreciated.
for that. Yeah, no, absolutely. My pleasure, or I guess our pleasure, right? So thank you for being here. I am sorry that we're running really behind now. It just seemed like well,
No worries. I was having fun.
yeah. So we
um,
all got to hear that side. So,
mm,
anyways, now we're gonna definitely end it on some happy notes. So yes, is there any questions from the chat for Sir Galahad? Also, if we could get a shout out for Sir Galahad's stream as well. Also, if someone could put Dermot's as well, that would be wonderful. If some of you guys missed it, he was in here earlier. He was our first interviewee. But if we can get Durmoth as well, a shout out, go ahead and give them follows if you have not been following them already. So, is there any questions anybody has for Sir Galahad?
I wanted to announce my exclusive event.
okay. Go ahead.
Oh my God. Okay, we're not on filter. You've already had your interview. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and keep this going because it's kind of going late, and I know I am going to be rating the next gentleman that's going to be interviewed. He has an awesome accent as well, and that is ThatDuckSauce.
I
So
wouldn't say it's that awesome, but a lot of Americans seem to think so.
any accent for us NAs are like awesome, I guess. So anyway, for me it is. So anyways, I'd like to introduce one of my longstanding mods in not only my Twitch channel but also my Discord. So, oh wait, question for Sir Galahad. What's your favorite solo content? Galahad, hello?
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, now we
Sorry, I
can.
went on mute.
No, that's okay.
Yeah, my favorite solo content, and this is I want to, like, if Bioware is listening, my pipe dream. So that the class stories are my favorite solo content, and that's how the game started. So that's like the big shoes that developers have to fill. So if there's any hope that they can do any more class story, because this is our identity. I'm playing a Jedi. I'm playing a Sith. I'm playing a agent. This is what I want to experience the most, the class story, class identity. So yeah, that's my answer.
Well, it looks like Sukasa had a question saying, Sir Galahad, will you be running for office in 2020?
Funny, funny enough, I'm not a citizen yet, but hopefully I will be this year. But unfortunately, I was not born in the U.S., so I cannot run for, at least not for U.S. president.
Oh, there you go.
So the answer is no.
You'll have to go
And there
be
was
a
another
cell cat.
question. Yeah, the other question was the one they called JJ. Sorry to keep you waiting, the DuckSauce.
That's
So
all right.
this question was like, do you have to be level 70 to be able to participate in events? So I'm trying to do events that are as inclusive as possible. So I'm doing the world bosses because they don't require to be sub or anything. You can do it in free to play or free to play. Oh well, actually 70 you have to be a sub at least once. So anyhow, so it depends on the event. Look out for the requirements. Usually there is not much of a requirement. Now only we have requirement for Nightmare Pilgrim because it's really a tough boss, but otherwise the requirements are low. like level 50 or something, or even there is no level requirement or not even sub requirement. So look out for the details. Okay, I'm done.
Well, Filter has one question. He's such a troll. Will you be joining for the panty raid?
What raid was that again?
Go ahead, Filter. You can ask this.
So we're having the exclusive event. Everyone's welcome, including Nami, because she said she wanted to do it too. So, Tuesday, unofficial, no, actually, no, let's make it 4 p.m. PST, 7 p.m. EST. We're going on a panty raid. Anybody and everybody's all welcome to join. I just want to know, would you be, willing to go ahead and go with us,
It's Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific.
Mm-hmm.
I think I get home by that time.
Or 5,
It's 5. It's 5.
No idea what panty raid is, but sounds kinky. And if it's with you guys, I'm in. I want to see those panties.
I don't know. It's Filter. What's happening is we have a
just
hard
ruined my whole
mode.
reputation in here.
I got that panty raid right there.
No, he's such a he's a dork and a troll. No, what it is Tuesday we're having Benwin will be running and leading our pub side hard mode op group, and so yeah, and of course Aquila wants to raid panties. Hello. Anyways, I want to get back to ThatDuckSauce now, if everybody's okay with the questions, just because he's in EU, and I feel really bad that we probably should have had him second, I guess, so that he could have been off to do something else. But anyways, thank you for being so patient, Ducky. Ducky, introduce yourself to everyone who may not know who you are.
Quack quack. So I'm ThatDuckSauce. I am a Brit and also a streamer. I've recently started probably about 2 months ago now. It was the first week of December. And I've been playing the game since launch, but there's been a couple of periods where it's just been a bit quiet, mostly between like the different expansions launching and stuff like that. But I've still got my original first character, which is the one that I'm on at the moment, and surprisingly has still got his Rakata and Colomai gear from back when the game launched. But I tend to stream a couple of days a week, and it tends to be more from like 9 p.m. UK time, so probably around about like 1:30 in the day for people in PST. So I find that a lot of the content that I tend to stream is I tend to get into a lot more conquest now. I'm finding that at least having a target of points to get to receive your rewards is at least a challenge for me, and I can kind of do some of that in the stream as well as the weeklies for the flashpoints and the war zones as well. So I tend to do that a lot more nowadays.
Okay, are there other games that you like to play?
Yeah, so in terms of MMOs, I could never get into World of Warcraft. I tried probably 3 or 4 times. I just struggled. I mean, it's a few years since I've tried it last time round, but I found that SWTOR and Guild Wars 2 I've been able to get into pretty well, but I like a lot of my strategy stuff as well, so whether it's Hearts of Iron, Command and Conquer, StarCraft, and I also like to be able to kind of vary things up as well. So recently I've just been playing a bit of Rocket League and a bit of FIFA just to try and give me a little bit of variety so I don't burn out just playing one game constantly.
Okay. Now, do you have any interests other than gaming? Because I know you have a family.
Yeah, so I'm a dad with 2 children, one at 5 and one at 2, and work during the week. So naturally, my days are taken up with work and family time, which is why I tend to stream more after like 8, 9 o'clock at night. But I'm a big football fan, or soccer fan for you Americans, and love traveling, whether it's abroad or getting out in the car for a few hours. That's my time. I'd like to just chill out just doing that.
Okay, so what's your favorite activity in the game?
Um, I'd say original from the very start. It's probably been flashpoints. I like the challenge that you've got different mechanics, whether you're looking at master or veteran, and having to challenge yourself and push yourself and try different methods and think about your rotation on a constant basis, even if you're just going out doing a flashpoint. But I've recently started getting into Warzones quite a lot more as well. It's more so over on Starforge. I've had a pretty heavy grind over the last 2 months on Starforge, but I've finally got quite a lot of end level characters over there now, and a couple of them at like 200 command level. So I tend to try and do a lot more flashpoints, and that's what I'm going to be doing tonight after the pod stream, so that I can get the weeklies done for this week. I've left it a little bit late this week compared to normal.
Okay, so you've been playing. Well, you started. You said way back in at launch.
Yeah.
Are there any changes or recommendations that you'd like to see in the game?
Um, I think what they've done. I mean, I've not been able to experience Jedi Under Siege yet. I'm just still working through some of the characters through Kotet and Kotfi as well at the minute. But one thing that I think has lacked any real attention or interest or update has been the space missions. I get that for for your characters that you're just leveling up along the way, that they're a nice little push along just to try and boost your levels up a little bit. But when you look at the rewards that you get for it, there's not a right lot for it. I remember when the game launched that you'd have to get like 600 fleet comms just to be able to get some of the end game crafting mats, just to be able to craft anything decent, whereas now it just seems a lot more obsolete. I think it's been neglected over the years.
Um, when you're saying crafting, what are you talking specifically that's obsolete?
So like I remember when one of the mats that they used to provide in the loot boxes for the fleet comms was like the Rakata energy cubes and that sort of stuff. Whereas nowadays you never see anything like that. I think maybe adding an extra challenge to the space missions could possibly be another avenue for them to look at ways of crafting or ways of being able to earn a certain reward, kind of like what they've done over the years with the different currencies that they've got. I mean, they've already gone through stuff like your dark side tokens, your command tokens, your power shards, your recon datas, and they've merged them all in finally into a streamlined currency. But I don't know. I think maybe the space missions haven't been given as much attention over the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 years as what they could have done potentially.
Yeah, I mean, I know that some people were like, I know for me, when it was like an OSIS weekly, I was like, oh no. And then it was bugged, right? A couple
Yeah.
weeks. So then I was like, yay, I don't care. But I know for some of you guys that like to play the space missions, I know that could be frustrating. I mean, I would do it if I didn't get nauseous. I mean, I did the tutorial and I was like, hey, this is pretty fun. But then I kind of got nauseous from all the moving around and different views. So I do that with other games as well. But
Yeah.
okay, so definitely space missions is what you're saying. Now it's a new year. You just started streaming in, I think it was December.
Yeah,
I think it
December
was
8th
something
is
like
when I
that.
started. Yeah.
Yeah. So now that it's a new year, is there something you want to accomplish this year? Like whether it be with streaming or whether it be with your, something personal, family
Yeah,
wise, work
well,
wise?
I mean, in terms of in the streaming aspects of stuff, I do want to be able to stream more games. I mean, I've made it clear before in previous streams that, you know, with the hardware that I had before I started streaming, that I kind of felt like I was being held back on that potential of streaming, whereas now I've got that capability. You know, I want to be able to throw some extra games in there and just shake things up a little bit as well. But in terms of on a personal level, I think well-being is a big thing for myself. And I know that maybe only a handful of people know in the community anyway. I know that yourself and Filter know anyway from interviewing me, but it's with any situation in day-to-day life, anybody can be impacted just by having an ongoing situation at home, or it could be where they've got a health condition. So for myself, I have Asperger's, which is a higher end functioning form of autism, which ironically it does affect me with social engagement and understanding things a little bit more difficult, and trying to understand like your pitch, tone, emotion, that sort of stuff, and not necessarily fully thinking things through, which can be difficult. So I've had to throw myself in the deep end with that, and that's a constant learning curve in itself. So, you know, I want to be able to carry on working at that, and I find that compared to doing some of the YouTube stuff that I've done over the years, that streaming is a lot more suited to myself. I feel as though I'm actually engaging with a community, I'm actually talking with people, going through it as a story with them.
Okay, sorry about that. I was like, dismiss your comp. So, what would you say your proudest accomplishment's been in the game so far?
Um, it's hard work. Sorry, I didn't realise that my companion had come back out again. Um, I'd, I'd say just in terms of how quickly I can push myself now that I'm a lot more familiar with the characters, the mechanics, and understanding different elements of it. So it's only like in the last few months that I've bothered with Conquest. You know, I never really bothered looking at that beforehand. Whereas now I can look at Conquest and think, right, do you know what? I need to get all 15,000 points. I can do that in about 3 or 4 hours. And I'll push myself to do it. I'll give myself a time frame to do that. And I find that the more and more I've played the game over the years, and the more and more I've looked at little elements of it, it's been a lot clearer, and I've been able to challenge myself a lot better with it. So I'd say looking at, like with Darth Malgus, I've got 14 characters over here on DM, and when I came over to Starforge back in November, I've ended up with 7 or 8 different characters over there, and I've already got 4 of them through to level 70, and I've also got 3 of them to command level 200. So I can grind for long periods of time and try and remain focused as well as I can do. So I suppose that's kind of a success in itself, that I can, you know, push the boundaries time-wise, but do it over a long period of time.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're in my guild, so I've been seeing all the conquest points you've been racking up. Yay, good. You're taking care of my, I guess, inability to make all my conquest points. I've been so busy lately. I know that's not an excuse of any sort, but yes, thank you so much for doing that too. Now, have you seen any significant changes in the SWTOR community itself? So I don't know. Prior to you streaming, I know you followed me, and that's how I met
Yeah.
you. And I guess I kind of met you through Peter in the sense that we're both in the same guild over here on Darth Malgus. But were you always looking at SWTOR streams prior to actually streaming yourself?
Yeah, I'd say the first couple of original players as such, I did watch Sword Central on a regular basis on YouTube, and then found out that they were using Twitch, and came across Peter, and then when Sam left Sword Central and Peter took over, I'm lucky that I was playing in game on Darth Malgus with Peter for quite a while before I found out that he was streaming. And as I started looking at Twitch a little bit more and more, I started becoming a bit more aware of different streamers. So I'd say it wasn't as noticeable pre-streaming. I think once I started seriously considering streaming, that I started to become a little bit more aware of people who were streaming. So not just yourself and Peter and Sam, but coming across even Durmoth or Fear or Kogas, even Kid Lee. I know that with using YouTube prior to streaming, that I came across Water Easter and Kid Lee on a regular basis with their content. So it's great to be able to actually see a streaming aspect of stuff rather than just a YouTube aspect of stuff, because there's a lot of editing that goes on when you're doing any video editing for YouTube. Whereas when you're actually doing the stuff in game and it's live, there's no editing there. It gives you a chance to actually see what the players are like, and it gives you a chance to see the whole thing, the pre-event and the post-event, and actually try and understand what they're like. It gives you a better platform to engage with them.
Yeah, one of the things that I liked about you two, meaning Galahard and you, coming in as I think relatively new streamers, is the connection that you are doing with and the support that you give to other fellow streamers. I think that's really great, being getting involved in the community. I know we talk about it being a positive community, and unfortunately, just like with anything that's positive, there's always got to be some negativities, right? And
Yeah.
hopefully, if you just stick together, right, in a group, and surround yourself with some great help, whether it be streaming help. I know you've helped me quite a few times on Discord and whatnot. And also when we were interviewed on UtiniCast, I remember you helped me a lot. So just something like that is appreciated, from someone. It doesn't necessarily have to be a streaming question. It's just coming together and helping one another whenever one of us needs it. Now, in this community, who have you inspired, or who have you been inspired by?
I think in terms of who have I been inspired by, it's been a culmination of different streamers and looking at everybody's approach. You've been a big influence with your positivity, and with a lot of the stuff that's been going on away from streaming in my personal life, that positive energy has been a big contribution towards me being able to maintain my well-being. And when it comes to who have I inspired, I know that I've already had quite a few people, even within my own streams, who have said to me, "Look, I want to be able to stream," and I'll encourage them to do that. And I know that Doctor was saying to me a couple of days ago that he wanted to stream, and it's like I said to him, "Go and do it. Do what makes you happy. You don't want to be streaming a game that's going to grind you into the ground and you're not going to enjoy playing it." So I never bother going and streaming Fortnite or anything like that. I'll never even play Fortnite because it's rubbish. But I always try and make efforts to go into the SWOTO directory on Twitch and look at who is streaming, and I've met quite a few good friends that way. I came across the one that they call JJ and Sith Lord Brit and a few others as well, and it gives you a good way of being able to actually just talk with people on an even level. I mean, we've all been there when we've started off with no viewers or one viewer or two viewers, and having that positive energy around you and having people in there who stick around, it can make a big difference. I know that yourself and Filter and Galahad, as prime examples, have stuck by in streams, and even though you might look down the chat and it's just one person sending chat messages all through the chat, that streamer will remember that. You know, the people that stick around as long as they do, and you know, push your encouragement to keep going at it. It's so easy. I know the advice I would always say to people is never look at the numbers, you know, because that in itself can potentially knock somebody's confidence. But for me, at the end of the day, if I've only got 2 or 3 or 4 people watching me, those people want to be there. And that's the important thing for me is, you know, I don't see the point in somebody having a channel where they've got thousands and thousands of people watching and it's always just the mods that are responding in the chat. It's never actually the streamer. When you look at even like with this Podstream at the minute, there'll be 60 plus people in here at the minute, but the chat will be absolutely jam-packed at the minute. There'll be so many people talking in there, and they'll get direct messages back from myself and the other guests, and they'll get messages back from you and Filter, and that's an important thing for me certainly when I'm streaming is actually looking at who engages. You know, engagement with your audience is a key thing here. So for anybody who's even thinking about the idea of streaming, go and do it. If you've got this idea of going and streaming, do what makes you happy, but also stream the games that make you happy. And for me, SWTOR is a big thing with that.
You know, definitely. I think, I mean, that's why people play a multiplayer game. Number one is to play with other people. But at the same time, for us streamers, I mean, that's why I do it. It's because I'm a big talker. You guys all know that. Yeah, for myself, I want to say, and you guys have it a lot easier. And you guys keep hearing me say this for you new streamers that want to do it, go do it. Because I can tell you that for one, when I started streaming, there wasn't really that big community of streamers. To be honest, there wasn't a whole bunch of people streaming SWTOR. So I'm so excited to see that the directory is getting filled up. And quite honestly, it's because I love this game so much. So for you new streamers, and definitely Ducky and Galahad being, and as well as Filter as well, coming in afterwards, you guys have it a lot easier. So definitely go out there and try to influence other people if they come across, like as you're saying, like D Doctor I know had spoken to me. I've known him for a while now. He had been wanting to stream for months now, if I'm not mistaken, and it's great that you helped him out to get him going. I'm a firm believer that it's not the numbers. I believe that you take each person as someone who wants to be there. And I got to tell you, I am thrilled to death that I have anybody watching me. It's just so surprising. And I am so thankful for that. I think that if you're always chasing after the numbers, you are going to be unhappy because you'll never be satisfied. It's just like anything, you know, it's like you'll get to this many viewers or this many followers and you'll still want to climb up. That's human nature. But honestly, the people that are in there interacting with you are the ones that like your content, excuse me. Or here's even something better. They like you. And I mean, let's be real. Human beings want to be liked, right? And sure, there is some toxicity and whatnot out there, but you know what? You just tune them out. You have mods or even yourself, time them out, ban them, get them out of your face, so that you can continue without a skip in your beat and just continue making the stream what you want to do. And yes, you can take ideas from other people, but really being yourself 100% is really what's going to hopefully um, make people come to you once they're like, hey, this is a really cool guy. So yes, definitely for any of you guys, I think Ducky hit kind of the nail on the head. If you want to stream, go do it. Don't worry about anything. Just do it. You have a big community that's going to be there to support you. Now, Is there anything that you would say? I'm going to go. I know that you want to start streaming, and I'm going to be hosting you after here. By the way, if we can get a shout out for that duck sauce too. In the meantime, is there anything you feel you could do to make this community even better than what it currently is?
Just keep paying it forward and keep helping people out. I mean, I I remember a few years ago when I started playing Guild Wars 2 that um I was just wandering around Lion's Arch trying to get an idea of what different things were there, and all of a sudden this person just came up to me out of nowhere and just donated like 30 gold, which is like, for somebody who's only just starting the game, it's like, whoa, what the hell? But I try and do that wherever I can do. So I know Galahad touched on earlier on that when he got set up on a character over on a new server, I sent him over 10 million credits just to try and help him out. And I don't question that sort of stuff. I don't think about it. I just do it because at the end of the day, we're a community, we're a family. This is a very small community of streamers and viewers, and we're like a family. So I try and help people out. And even when I've done my stuff through YouTube and stuff like that, I was still going around on starter planets like Nar Shaddaa and Korriban, just handing out credits to new players, just to try and help people out. Even you might only be sending them, say, 1,000,000 credits. That doesn't sound like a right lot to somebody who might have 100 million in the bank, but that 1,000,000 credits can be a big starting point for somebody who doesn't even have the gear to kind of go and kick some Koslog's ass in the temples.
No, absolutely. I totally believe in. I totally, wholeheartedly believe in that. I think helping people, especially new people in the game, makes this game stay alive, and I'm very happy that it is. It will be a very sad day if this game ever dies. It will be very sad for me and probably a lot of others for that matter. Now, are there any other projects or events you'd like to host or be a part of in the future?
Yeah, I think in terms of being a part of them, that's a little bit more difficult than hosting them in a way, because obviously with timing and commitments and stuff like that, it can be difficult to work things out. But I try and jump in on events wherever I can do. In terms of in the game, yeah, I'd like to be able to progress some characters and maybe take people through on some first runs on some different operations or some flashpoints if they've never done those particular flashpoints. And I'd like to certainly start streaming some other games as well. I mean, I lost quite a lot of the games when I upgraded my hardware because the hard drive wouldn't pick up for some reason, and it just meant a fresh installation. I was still rocking Windows 7 back then, but at least now I've got quite a lot of decent games, I'd say. And even if maybe in one stream I might go and play SWOTO, the next one I might go and stream Counter-Strike, the next one I might go and play Rocket League, I might even go and play Two Point Hospital just to try and shake things up a little bit. But I'd like to try and engage with my own community and within the SWOTO community that come and watch us all. However, that what kind of games do you want to see? Some people might want to see just SWOTO, or other people might want to see some of the old retro games like Zelda. And I'm a big fan of the Zelda franchise. So at least in that respect, if I can have people on board who want to come and watch that kind of content, I'll happily do it.
Well, I'll just tell you this. I have always said this from day one, is that if you want and you like a streamer and you follow that streamer and you see them streaming, then stop in and definitely say hi to them. Go support the streamer, not just the game that they're playing. Like, I could care less if you're playing whatever game. I'm going in there to say hi, Ducky. That's why I'm there. I'm there for you, not for what you're playing. And I know a lot of people, the Swartor community is very, I want to say it's small and tight knit. So a lot of viewers and followers want to watch the Swartor gameplay. But I am living proof, okay, living proof here that nobody could possibly ever come be in watching me for my gameplay because I'm not a great player. So they're definitely there for me and, like I said, the vibes and whatnot. So if there is other games that you want to stream, then go do it. Don't look at the numbers, just go do it, because guess what, you're going to be having fun. And Lord knows how many people that are like, oh my god, he is streaming Zelda, let me go watch this. And start, you picked up a whole bunch of new followers from Zelda. So
Yeah,
I mean, definitely I say do what makes you happy, because that conveys over on your stream. So yes, good luck on that. I am interested and excited to see you playing different games. I know Sir Galahad was playing Assassin's Creed, I think, number 4. I'm sorry, I'm not very good with games. I only play a select few. But yeah, definitely go and support some of you viewers and followers who are not streaming, or even you fellow streamers. Just go support the people. They're part of your community, whether you're a streamer or not. And I got to say, well done and well said about that. Definitely, I am looking forward to seeing you stream other games. I know that Telios is a variety streamer, and I know it was hard to get over the hump from him. From everybody wanted to see him play Swartor, but hey, I got to tell you, I like Overwatch. I don't know about any of you other people, but I love Overwatch, and you may be seeing me stream that and me screaming and yelling and whatnot because I play healers. But anyways, and being a noob as usual. But anyways, I know that's something in my horizon. But yes, definitely get out there and stream whatever you feel like streaming. You don't
definitely.
want to be set in having to play a game. And this was, I know Telios had said this. He said it to his chat. He said, I don't want to be streaming a game I'm not having fun with right now. That's not in the place that I wish it would be in. And that being Swartor. And everybody has their own, if you've been playing for many, many years, then maybe it's kind of lost the flair, right? So he says, I want to be a community, I mean, a multi, you know what I mean, multi streamer or whatnot.
Yeah,
And, a lot of people said, well, gee, he's not streaming Swartor anymore. You know what? He's streaming something that makes him happy. And you start seeing a lot of smiles instead of him feeling like he's pressured. You should never feel pressured to stream a certain game. Your followers and your viewers will follow you around, not the game.
I think what's important to remember as well, especially for those that are maybe just starting out as streamers or that they're wanting to start out as a streamer, is that it's okay to have a bad day. No 2 days are going to be the same when it comes to streaming. There might be days where you might only get 1 or 2 viewers. There might be another day where you get 30 or 40 viewers. There might be days where you might be doing some unranked or ranked PvP and you might be getting a few really, really bad games that are really frustrating you, but that's okay. It's okay for us to have a crap day.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're all human, and that's why we support one another. And I'm very happy that you guys started streaming and are part of a great community. I gotta say, this is a really, really, really close knit community. I came from League of Legends, and I can tell you that the toxicity, if you've ever played that game in rank level, is off the charts. So even though there is toxicity here, you know what? It's not as bad as some of these other competitive games as well, like Overwatch. Even I play for
Yeah.
fun, but I mean, some of these ranked players, I mean, it's the same thing. You're gonna find that everywhere. My suggestion to everybody is surround yourself with people that make you smile and make you happy. They may not make you happy every single day, but overall, if you can sit there and say, this person is a really good person, just because they're having a bad day or whatever, don't start drama. Don't start making comments and fluffing up everything. Just realize that they're having a bad day
Yeah.
and move on. They're part of your community. And I always say, don't put down people that are part of your community. It gives bad impressions of that individual to others that may never know them and will never give them the chance. Why? Because they heard all these things, bad about them. So don't get pulled into it. If you have any questions, go direct to the person one on one, in my opinion. But I know that you're going to start streaming. I know it's late. If you want to go ahead and fire up your stream there, Ducky. Sorry that it's really late. I owe you a longer raid, I guess, where you're streaming more. Like I said, for all you fellow streamers, if you ever want a raid from me, if you see me streaming, let me know in stream chat and say, hey, Nami, I sent you a DM. And let me know that you'd like me to host your raid. Otherwise, I'm just going to go and pick someone off the directory or someone that I know, another fellow streamer. But if you really would like the raid or host, you're not hurting my feelings. You're actually making life easier for me so I don't have to make a choice. So definitely just let me know in a Discord message. Don't say it right there in the stream chat, but just tell me to go look at it. Because a lot of times, I got to tell you, I get so many Discord messages, I don't even read them when I'm streaming for the most part, unless someone actively tells me to go look at it. Now, Filter, my partner in crime.
Yes, I'm here.
Is there anything you'd like to ask Ducky? Quack, quack.
Quack quack.
Quack quack.
Quack quack. So, you know how I like to donate to people and everything like that? Are you gonna have like a dono page so we can donate bread to the duck?
Funnily enough, earlier on I was messing around editing my panels, and I did set up a donations thing on there with my own Streamlabs link.
So you did set up a link. So you do have a link there where people can donate bread to the duck. So we can have, instead of a skinny duck, we can have a fat duck.
Yeah, or a fatter duck.
Okay, just want to make sure that, because I know that's something that you're saying like now you can, instead of donating to other streamers like I have been doing, I can donate bread to the fat duck. I mean to the skinny duck to make him a fat duck. So
Absolutely.
now, is there anything you mentioned? You sent me a DM there with all the information there. Did you want me to read off some of the information there, or is that just questions about you there? Because I know you said there's a lot of good, not like an essay, but like just a paragraph of information you want me to read off or want me to ask you about.
It was more just a generalized thing, really. Just more of an overview of some of where I'm at, where I've been, what's gone on, hobbies, interests, that sort of stuff, which I think we've mostly covered.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's good. I'm.
How do you pronounce your name, if you don't mind me asking? Maybe I can kind of call you that, or do you want me to call you Duck or Ducky or ThatDuckSauce or what?
Well, my name's Kieran, but I don't mind if people call me Kieran or if they call me Duck or Key or anything like that, really. I've been called a lot worse.
I like Duck. I will always call you Ducky. Sorry. Can't help it. Guys, for some of you guys that are watching here, if you're not following Ducky, can you do me a big favor and go hit that follow button? Great guy, charming guy, got a great accent. He is at 91 followers. I'd love dearly to see him hit his 100 follower mark today, if possible. Obviously I'm not pressuring you to do it, but he's a charming guy. Go check him out. If we can get him 9 more followers, woohoo! We'll remember this time.